outer space. So cover and duck, you're out of luck, we don't give up. Yeah, we're going up, next floor is us, you're riding with us. I want you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, pick the body till we black out. So get the fuck up.
Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe. And I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground so we can fly again, so we can fly again. Been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift
speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
you to get on your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, right now. Pick up body till we black out. So get the fuck up.
chance to run, leave behind the said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came
And we've just gone past the halfway stage, and things are starting to get hot, and people are going to be under pressure as they come to the late part of the season. But are you excited for tonight, Kelly?
I am, because I think it's going to be chaos tonight. This track is very narrow, and yeah, it's going to be difficult to overtake tonight. We're on the international circuit as we see Emplava going round that international end of the circuit, which makes this, I think it's a bit, I personally am struggling round here. I find it a huge challenge, Oulton Park. And as I said, it's very narrow, not too many overtaking opportunities, so I think it's going to be interesting. Certainly some of the guys like, tomorrow night, for like Gary and stuff like that, who's going to start from the back. Yeah, I think it's going to be good racing. Don't go anywhere, anyone.
Don't go anywhere, indeed. And I'm sorry if it's just lagging ever so slightly. The stream, it should hopefully sort itself out eventually, or it's my end. I'm not exactly sure. Kelly, is your end quite laggy, or is it
I'm not on the right screen just a moment. Just bear with me one sec, Dan, and I will tell you.
No, it's all caught up now. It's all caught up by the looks of things.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah. But
yes.
nonetheless, we are here at Oulton Park.
It's...
It is laggy.
Yeah, it is laggy. Well, I'm watching on our screen. Emplava's just come into the pits. Yeah, just as you said, it's sorting itself out. Yeah, it's beginning to look a little better now. So I'm sure the guys out there will tell us. Yeah, it's looking better now. So as Emplava doing a bit of a practice start there.
I was just about to say, a bit of a practice start there from Emplava, and hopefully the stream will sort itself out. But nonetheless, we are live here, and it's been exactly 1 year ago since we were last here at Oulton Park International, and already, well, she's struggling a little bit there.
360, nice.
We always end up with a British circuit, and this season we are here at Oulton Park. And Kelly, what's your opinion on this circuit?
I absolutely love it when the touring cars come here once a year. I love watching it, hate driving it. Absolutely detest it. It's a track that I've never been very good at, and after many, many laps, I still can't seem to find my way round. How about you, Dan? What's your thoughts on Oulton Park?
Well, most people know that me and British circuits never ever see eye to eye, so I can't seem to get them down right. I'm feeling quick here at Oulton Park, but nonetheless, it's definitely a challenging circuit. Very bumpy, very tight, and also a lot of elevation changes as well. And also, being that we're in the GT3 Championship as well, we are doing the full international as well. Most people are used to seeing the shorter version, where they would, if you go on board with Smithy now, he comes down the long straight. You would turn right at a slow hairpin, but instead we're going the long distance into a left-hander, into another hairpin, into a chicane. And the other thing that these drivers got to take into account here, Kelly, is what Smithy's about to come to in a minute.
The chicane. I like this chicane.
More importantly, the tyres.
Yes, they are rooted into the centre of the earth. They are so solid, nothing can move them at all.
Nothing
Not
can
even
move
God himself can do it.
Not God himself. But I know you got an interesting couple of facts about Oulton Park, Kelly. Your favourite one coming up very shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. As Smithy's just coming through Knickerbrook corner, and Knickerbrook, I bring this one up every year. It's a Simplay classic. Now, Knickerbrook is so called Knickerbrook because the British demolition team were doing work over there many, many years ago, and they were, as I say, doing some work, and they found a couple, male and female, running away. They'd been having a little bit of hanky-panky just in that area, and the young lady had forgotten her underwear, and her knickers were quite literally in the brook, the little stream that is just off that corner. So hence the name Knickerbrook corner, because her knickers were there.
Do you know what? Lovely, interesting story that is. I can't believe they actually named it that. That's just brilliant, isn't it?
It is brilliant. Yeah, we like a good story. Like we like a bit of character to these tracks and whatever. But I do tell it every year, so I'm sure everyone knows. I mean, other facts about the track, Dan. It's a FIA Grade 3. It's owned by Motorsport Vision, who is Jonathan Palmer's group of tracks, which includes the fantastic Donington and 4 or 5 British tracks that he owns. And the lap record round here for the International, the one we're on, is a 1:28.6, which was done by Lucas Foster in a Dallara British Formula 3. So a Formula 3 car going around in a 1:28 now. Emplava's setting the place was a 1:32, so he's only 4 seconds off that actual lap record. And yeah, you know, it's a couple of facts about Oulton Park there for you.
We got one other interesting fact as well. If we can go to Smoky Devil for a minute, please, Kelly.
Yeah, I sure can.
This is this man's 50th appearance here at Simplay Motorsport. So congratulations to Smoky Devil for making it to his 50th appearance, and hopefully he can go well tonight, because he actually has a partner in crime as well this evening. All's happening at Smoky Racing. If we go to the man in P7,
Leon Fernie.
This is his son, Leon Fernie, who's
that's good for his debut, isn't it? Oh dear. Up a day.
Debut, definitely not. Leon Fernie has raced with us before, but tonight he's actually partnered with his father, and it's nice to see Leon Fernie out on track supporting his dad as well. So it's nice
I didn't realise they were. I didn't realise that if they were father and son. Dan?
Neither did I. Neither did I until the other day, till Matt told me, I believe. So.
Right, yeah, there you go. And, you know, another father and son combination. There's a couple of them now, myself and Dan. Welshie and Keegs. Yeah,
yes,
Keegs, isn't it?
So.
Yeah. Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we've had another one, but I probably can't think of it. But there is a couple of father-son combinations.
Soon to be Fury's granddad and Fury.
Yes, absolutely. And, of course, Matt and Floyd in the Formula 1.
Yep, very
that was the other one. Yep.
So
we've had quite a few father-son combinations, so it's good to see, isn't it?
Definitely. So we just need a kind of a Sebastian Prio and
we lost you there, Dan. You still there? Oh, seem to have lost Dan there for a minute. I don't know quite why. What's happened there? So at the moment, Emplava is setting the pace. It's only practice. And it's only practice, so this is not relevant for this. Laney, we've got on track there. He's going well in second place. Unfortunately, he has a race ban for race 1, accumulation of points, incidents, and so on and so forth. So he will not be taking part in race 1. But he's here on track for practice, because he's still allowed to practice, and he will be back for race 2, so I understand. Dean going good guns in the BMW again, showing good pace to start with us of the evening. Are you back with us, Dan?
Yeah, for some reason my controller decided to die. It still had enough battery, but it's just died on me, so I've switched controllers now, so all good now.
Yeah.
Kelly, would you like to hear the championship standings of Pro-Am at this stage?
Well, I was just, yeah, please. I could really do with that right now.
Well, it is Matahimovic who leads the way with 258 points ahead of his closest rival, Ben Parkey, who said that his work schedule has changed, so he might not be able to make most of the season now. So Matt with a decent gap to Ben with 16 points ahead. Ben not able to fight his corner, will look like he will struggle to finish this season. In P3 is Emplava, Matt's closest rival, 53 points behind. So those two both taking double points, and still Emplava still in for this fight. P4 is Laney with 156 points, 102 off the back. With P5 is Smoky Devil. In 6 is Welshie with 117 points, and 7th is Smithy with 108. 8th place is Ukbar with 102 points. 9th is Dean Wasaki with 92 points, with Bryn in 10th place with 71. Stealth Sloth in 11th place with 70 points, and DJ Phil in 12th place with 52 points. Nikki bringing up the rear with 43 points, and Leon Fernie in 14th place position. The the team championship standings looks like this. Sweet and Sour Motorsport with 366 points lead the way, with quite a big gap over Rainbow Prolapse of 242, 124 behind. And once said again, Ben not being around, he's not able to score points for the team. So Audi Sport is the next closest with 205 points, 161 off the lead. But in 4th place is Team Prolapse with 199 points. 5th place is MC Motorsport with 187 points, and in 6th place is Not Fast Just Furious BMW is 163 points. 7th is Smoky Racing with 139 points. 8th is Metal and Racing with 102, and bringing up the rear is Powerline Racing with just 52 points as well. Lap records here. Oulton Park have been exactly 1 year since we've raced here, and the current Pro-Am record is, if I can find it, set by Monkey Boy in the Mercedes of a 133.3 in qualifying, and the race pace went the way of Monkey Boy again in the Mercedes of a 134.8, and already, Kelly, we are smashing that in practice.
Yeah, we're gonna smash those records, aren't we? I believe does that stem back to the days of default settings? Was that?
I believe that was open setups.
Yeah. Oh right, okay. So yeah, we're gonna smash that tonight.
We're looking more at the pro records. A 132.5 was set by Andy in the Lamborghini.
Wow.
While
that's quick.
The race pace was actually set by Gary 131 with a 133.4.
Right. Wow, that's the 130 is nuts, isn't it?
132.
132. Sorry. Yeah, that's quick.
132.5.
Yeah,
so that's good pace. That's the kind of pace you're looking at for the pros, and already the Pro-Ams are near that pace with Emplava in the 32.8, Laney in the 32.9, and Dean just off the pace a little bit. Matt's just sat in the pits, and I believe he's still struggling with his back and leg, as Nicky Ambrin.
Yeah, both of them just lost it there in the first corner. I think that was Old Hall corner.
Penultimate corner, I believe that was.
Was it? Which is Lodge corner.
Yeah.
I think.
But I'll tell you an interesting fact about that corner, actually.
Yeah, please do.
2 Honda Civics came together in that corner.
Really?
Yes.
Couldn't, no. Honestly? Yeah, I saw that.
Matt Neal and Gordon Shedden both took each other out in the British Touring Car Championship. Matt Neal, I believe, went on to win the championship that season, but not after taking out his teammate at the same time.
Yeah,
so,
I believe it was Matt Neal's fault as well, as I remember. I remember him apologising lots to Flash.
I just remember the hands over his helmet, just crying in the car. Yeah. He was absolutely gutted with himself, and I believe Jason Plato took the win.
I remember laughing my socks off. That's what I remember.
I know Jamie will definitely quote that in a minute. I know he does. So keep an eye on for Jamie, who come up with many, many different facts about this track, with many, many different touring car facts.
Yeah, he is a little oracle, isn't he?
Yeah, he is
oracle,
definitely.
That is, just in case anybody misheard me. I thought I said something else. He's a little oracle, a mine of information, like a little Google.
Definitely so. Guys, have a look in the chat. We do have a poll currently going at the minute. Who will take pole position here? Will it be Matovic, Emplava, Dean Wasocki, or Smoky Devil? If you think anyone else, then please put a comment in below. Laney obviously not allowed to qualify or race in race 1, but he is allowed in a practice session to practice. And Kelly, I've put my vote in. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm doing on board with Emplava as we go across the line. First corner is a right-hander. It's Old Hall corner, and tuck it on the inside. You can go wide. There's a bit of grip on the outside there, as you see Emplava getting all squiggly as come down here. Slight right and then into this long left cascades. Again, very easy to lose it. Accelerate hard on the way out. There's a bit of runoff there, but not a lot. Quite easy to go very deep. We get to the international circuit now with this island corner, I think it is, something like that, down to the Shell hairpin. It's slightly banked, quite nice, this hairpin, like this one. Tuck it in, pick up the apex, accelerate on the way out. Watch out for the back end getting a little bit loose. Come up to the hairpin. Whatever you do, do not crash into these tyres. They are rooted to the centre of the earth. A little bit of wide. Oh, and Blava goes very wide across there. They'll have to give a bit of that back as we come down to the next chicane, which is another tight one, and tyres on the exit, do not hit them. Again, they are absolutely solid. Knickerbrook, we've told you all about that. Got to get off the power a little bit, kind of creeps up on you. The tail end of the track is the bit I hate the very most. This next corner just creeps up on you. You come across the hill. The braking zone's a little bit unclear. It's unsighted. Pick the apex up for a double right-hander. Accelerating hard now down to the final corner of Lodge. Again, weird one, this one. Brake, it's off camber. Car gets thrown to the outside, goes very loose on the back end. Nail it down through here. The only bit of straight you've got, really, and across the line, if you're quick, you're in the 32s.
Oh, went over. I'm not sure what he did there. He just lifted there for some odd reason.
Yeah,
But,
he did.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, he's currently setting the pace. So yeah, good on him.
Well, we've got a couple of people. We've got a couple of people in the chat, so I'm just going to scroll back up, see who's in. Smithy, Disco, Welshie. Who else we got in here? We got Shifting Gears, Rainbow Prolapse crew in the house. Not sure who Shifting Gears is. Might be Ben, I guess. Audio Sport. Our main sponsor here at Simplay Motorsport. PM Motorsport. I know that.
Just in case anybody was unclear.
Emprava, Smoky Devil, who else we got in here? Fury's Grandad, believe Ian Thompson as well. So good evening to everyone. Get your votes in on who you think is going to take pole position in this first race this evening. And the weather tonight, Kelly, just seems to be a glorious day here in Oulton Park, and it's going to be an interesting night's worth of racing. And the important thing is track limits is going to be one thing to keep an eye on. And another thing as well is overtaking. This track is difficult to overtake. As Aidan Bennett in the comments saying, money on Welshie, I believe, evening all. So nice to see Aidan in the comments.
Yeah. Well, you might be parted with that money if you were voting on pole position, but nevertheless, get behind whoever your favourite is. Let's hear about it in the chat. I couldn't remember the name of that chicane. It's Hislops. The chicane is the one that just before Knickerbrook, just in case anyone was interested.
I still think Knickerbrook is by far the best name for any corner.
Oh, it's best name corner in the world.
Closely followed by Puon.
Puon is a good one. Childishly so. Haley always giggles at Parabolica for some reason. I don't know why.
The Parabolica?
The Parabolica. Haley always has a little giggle every time we mention the word Parabolica. But
I don't even want to know about the Parabolica after doing 6 hours of racing at Monza.
No.
And if you are interested to see that, the video is up live, so you can see.
Link, don't you think?
Yeah, it is a very good link. Have a look at the video as well. 6 hours of Monza. Ben Parkey took the win in LMP2 with me and Exmar fighting right again to the end of the race, and Exmar just miscalculating his fuel a little bit there. I believe Mazda on his 50th appearance took his race win as well. It was a good race.
Oh, that was Bryn coming back onto track there and just collected up Nicky. That was unfortunate. Lucky that was practice, because that could have been really bad in the race. And oh well. Yes, some great stuff. Go back and watch the Monza Endurance. It was great. Don't take any notice of any of the mathematical equations that me and Matt did, because they were all rubbish. Completely off the mark as far as we could possibly be.
They were a little bit off, and not really helpful for me either.
I'm sorry about that.
As we got Phil in the comments as well, saying hi to everyone as well. Nice to see Phil in the comments as well. Phil with a qualifying ban for race 1, so he has to wait in the pits. Aidan Bennett, sorry gents, the Wednesday Welshie. Oh, come on, Welshie. Oh, I see Aidan Bennett. I see. I kind of misjudged that, but he's got his money on Welshie, and ironically, Welshie in that Lamborghini holds the lap record here in the Pro, so hopefully he can get that Lamborghini underneath him. But Dean Wasocki looking good in 3rd place as Leon Verney try and negotiates the chicane.
For some reason, my chat isn't updating. For some reason, I don't know why. But hey ho, you're on it, so it doesn't matter.
I apologise to anyone when I'm reading the chat. I'm a bit dyslexic, so trying to read it is at pace as well.
Dad, I don't smell very well either.
I can't even smell my own name.
No, I can't smell my own name either.
No. Currently, we have 9 votes in for pole position, and it's 44% for both Matahimovic and Emprava. 11% of you. Oh, that's just changed. Emprava is now 50%. And back to 40% for Matt, so 10 votes are in. So Emprava looks like the favourite to take pole. Smokey with no votes so far, and Dean, I believe, with 1 vote as well. So 4 votes for Matt, 5 for Emprava, 1 for Dean, and none for Smokey.
There we go. I've got my chat to refresh itself. There we go. Oh, as we see Laney doing... Oh, yeah, that's brilliant. He looked... Whoa. I think you want to come off that throttle there, Sunshine. But, yeah, you know there is a penalty for that. There'll be a race 2 ban in a minute if he keeps on like that. There we go. My chat is refreshed, and I can see everything again now. Hello.
I just still got Matt out on track, and we did a few practice sessions, and this young man did a 31 apparently, according to him, but by taking a bit of track limits, if I remember rightly. I did a lap behind him, and the cheeky soul did a 31, but I wouldn't like to say how he got it. But oh, as he goes a little bit wide there, and like I said, Matt tonight is struggling. He is trying his best on the wheels, so he knows his closest rival Ben Parkey is going to struggle to make the rest of the season. But nonetheless, I'm pretty sure Emplava and Laney are going to give him a headache for the rest of the season.
Yes, indeed. It's still all to play for here in the Pro-Am, and it's been a fantastic Pro-Am season so far. And, of course, my first time commentating on the Pro-Ams, and it's been fantastic racing so far. As we're past the halfway point, are we not? Was it last week, the halfway point? So we're in the tail end of the season, and, I mean, we've had some cracking racing already up till now, haven't we, Dan?
Yeah, definitely so. And at this stage, for some reason, I haven't got the continue button. So if anyone does have the continue button, then please hit it. I don't know who has it, but
I haven't got it.
If any of the drivers are listening, please hit continue. I've only got return to Race Central, so please, if you want to hit continue, that'd be great. To your answer, Aiden Stelsloth, he sadly will not be racing. He's stuck up at work at the minute, so... as the poll is now done, Emplava, 50% of you believe that he will take pole position, Matt with 40%, Dean with 10%, and Smoky Devil with 0%. 10 votes in. I'm pretty sure Matt will do another poll. Whoever has got the continue button, please hit continue.
Press the continue button. Press the button.
We want to get racing here.
It might come as a shock to somebody if they're not listening to the stream. They're going, well, why have I got continue at the bottom of my screen then? Certainly it's happened to me in the past. And I was holding up the whole stream back at Hockenheim, if you remember, because my game glitched and held everybody up until I retired from the session and ended up missing the next race because of that. But these are the trials and tribulations of online racing, aren't they? As these things, apparently I heard the fact the other week, Dan, that or last week, that sim racing is more viewed than regular motorsport. I find that hard to believe, don't you?
I don't think so. No.
I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying I just find it that sim racing is more viewed than regular racing. Considering 105 million people watch the last race of the season, Formula One, and the popularity of motorsport all around the world, you would think that regular motorsport would much outweigh sim racing, but apparently not. Sim racing is more popular to watch. So well done, everyone. You're watching the best of things. There's one of the Lamborghinis just pulls up in the background there for no particular reason other than to probably show off. So we're waiting for whoever's got the continue button to press it. Let's hope that person, I don't know, isn't Laney and he's gone off for half an hour because he's not racing.
The button doesn't work for me. It says Emplava, so I'm not sure what's happened here. Nikki's left the session. DJ Phil's left the session. Who has the ready up button, please press it. Please do. We are trying to sort this out. At this stage, it's not working. Classic project cars.
Classic project cars. Certainly hoping that in the future, as we move on to the new generation of games, we're keenly waiting for the new touring car games sometime this year, which could be the 31st of December. We'll have a new platform as people get into it and so on and so forth. And hopefully, moving forward, some of these little glitches that we have in sim racing will be smoothed out.
Emplava has the button, but it says it's not working. Now, I don't know what Matt wants me to do, so I will give him a quick message and see what he wants
why
to
don't you message him, Dan, and I will fill in and talk complete rubbish. And first day of testing in Formula One, for those of you who are watching it, I will watch it, you can't see it apparently, it's behind closed doors. I'm really quite annoyed that I pay a subscription to Sky F1 and I can't actually see the practice. But the reports back, there's been lots of stuff in the media about this and that, whatever. But Lando Norris, the fastest man in the first day of practice, although first day means nothing, it's just a shakedown for the cars. New rules, new aero packages, bigger wheels, so on and so forth. So all lots of new things for them to learn. But Lando looking good.
So if Emplava, if he's listening right now, do you want to just leave the session a minute? Nothing to do with the game. If you just want to leave the session a minute, you should just be able to get back in for qualifying. Let's see if that fixes the problem. But we will see what's going on. Hopefully it'll get things going. If not, then we'll just make an online lobby and make sure it is not public to people, but hopefully we can get things underway. So if Emperor, you just want to leave the session a minute, that would be great, and we should be able to get a button then towards someone else. Might have just glitched out on Emperor's side, possibly, so hopefully.
Yeah, as I said, it happened to me a couple of weeks ago at Hockenheim. For some reason, the end of the session, my car, it was the end of quali and quali 2, and my car just stopped on track. And it glitched the whole lobby. So yeah, it does happen on this. As I said, it's hopefully the things will get better as we move on to the new generation of stuff. But this is what we got right now. Is that okay? Says Emplava. So I'm going to restart my game in that case.
Well,
yeah, so it's not helping.
Anyone else have the button now? That'd be great. Right now it's not working. It's okay. Again, might have to make another lobby. Might have to make another lobby, but I'm just double checking with Matt. He has left the session. Emplava now.
The host migration has failed. You have been disconnected from the game, so I've just been disconnected.
That's fine. We'll just go to a short break a minute.
I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
Make sure I'm unmuted. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. Apologies for that. We just had a little bit of a connection issue there, but we are live back for qualifying, and yeah, just a little bit of a laggy end to that session. But nonetheless, Kelly, we are back. We're about to get qualifying underway here, and M. Prava was the man who was favoured for pole position, and he is first man out. And Welshie already has got himself a grid penalty already.
Welshie. Yes, apologies, folks. I say it's beyond our control. Although we did have an opportunity to look at wonderful sponsor, Audio Sports Advert, once again, and some of the fantastic products that they sell. Go and check them out at www.audiosport.co.uk. But enough about that. Enough about self-plugging, and back to 10-minute qualifying, Dan. It is always critical to get out there and get on with it. And if you get traffic on this track, it's going to be hard going, you know.
It is definitely so, but it is long enough, a 1 minute 30 circuit, so there should be enough space. As Leon Fernie, Smokey and DJ Phil having to stay in the pits because he's got a qualifying ban, but Leon Fernie and Smokey still yet to come out the track, so we'll see what they're going to be doing. But in a minute, it is a mad rush.
Yeah, it is. They're all crazy. They've all come out at the same time. And Plava with the right idea. He gets himself out first. He's going to have a go at his first fly-in. Let's go on board with him because this might be one of the fastest laps of the qualifying. So he's coming down to the last corner. As I said about this one, it's a weird one. It's kind of off camber, so it could all go wrong in the last corner. It's back end trying to step away from him already as he comes up and across the line to start this race. There is plenty of traffic out there. And but Emplava with some clear space through turn one, runs a bit wide. That was close to being track limits, that one, but I think he was just in it. And down to Cascades. Watch you don't run wide on this one and out to the outside. Emplava running it right out to the curb. Perfect. Down to Island Corner. And do you go through his flat, Dan?
Just.
Yeah, I think there was a little confidence lift there for a little comfort lift for Emplava there. He just eased off the throttle a little bit. I can't go through there flat. I end up in the tyre wall. As we come up to this tight chicane, remember, do not hit those tyres. Absolute problem if you do. Just about keeps it in track limits again, right on the edge of it. Coming down to Hislop's chicane again, it's tight in, it's tight out. Don't hit the tyre wall on that side. Knickerbrook got to come off the power just slightly, pick the apex up, accelerate hard. Now we're into the final sector as we come up over the hill. Lots of undulations, a lot of bumps on this track as well as we drop down to the next corner. This is the one for me, unsighted, can't see the apex. It's a double apex there on the right hand side. Pick up the second apex, accelerate down, coming down to the last corner now. Hard on the brakes, as I said earlier, off camber, very easy for the back end to go loose. We'll probably see some spins here as Emplava comes up to the line. He's going to set the benchmark. What's it going to be? I'll tell you what it's going to be. A 32.4. That's not too bad, is it, Dan?
Wow, that is a good banker lap time. That's quicker than the Pro already. He's out-qualified Andy in the Pro in the Lamborghini. So good stuff there from Emplava. That is a banker of a lap time. I was trying to get my app to work to see if I can keep an eye on purple sectors, and it's not working tonight. So, as always...
Oh, well, there you go. It's one of those nights. Things just aren't working tonight, are they?
No.
But, yeah.
If I remember rightly as well, the last time we came to Oulton Park, we did have issues in the Pro as well. So, I'm going to give up with the app because it's not actually doing what I want it to do. So, we'll try that another week. Well, I've actually tested it out. But Emplava on pole position at the minute, and Matt goes into a second place position. But sometimes it's worth
some
just
way behind.
A little bit up behind. But sometimes for some drivers, it's all about getting a bit more tyre temp and a bit more pressure into the tyres. So Matt probably just, and he's carrying quite a lot of fuel, 14 litres, quite a lot of fuel to be fair.
Yeah. He's definitely fueled for the whole session and then some by the looks of it. But as you say, Matt might possibly getting his eye in. He's a tenth up on his first sector. It depends which sectors are stronger and whatever for you. There's all the chicanes are in sector 2 as we see him. Lost it under braking there and got all a bit squirrely. I don't think this is going to be his quickest one, but he'll keep his eye in and see how he goes and whatever. But a bit of a moment there as he comes through the chicane into Hislop chicane. And hard to tell. It looked like he run a bit deep out of that one as well. Through Knickerbrook and up over the hill and down the other side. I'm going to go back to my track map so I can pick up these corners. I haven't seen his Delta.
He's
Druids. He's through. Lodge corner is
500's
up. Yeah, he needs a little bit more in this last couple of corners, but I don't think he's going to find a second in a bit. Again, a little bit Arsendi there, a little bit on acceleration out of that last corner as Lodge corner. It's a tenth and a bit up. It's an improvement, but he'll want more than that.
Do you know what? The man also on the move as well is Dean Wasocki. He's in third place. Another great result at... I don't know where Dean's got. There he is. Another good result at Texas for him, and he's coming here to Oulton Park, obviously knowing that Ben's not around, so he's able to give himself a good opportunity to score some decent points. And again, it'd be interesting to see how this BMW gets on, and especially in the hands of Andy and Disco tomorrow night.
I was going to say, you're always interested to see how the BMW gets on, aren't you, Dan?
I'm always interested, and one other car that I might be interested to keep an eye on. Actually, no, I'm not going to say because no, I'm going to stay quiet. I'm going to stay quiet.
Right. Well, I'll do that then. Whatever you're on about, not be on about it. Fair enough.
So currently, the running order at the minute is Emprava is on pole position, Matt in second, Dean in third, Welshie fourth, but he does have that one place grid penalty, and I don't know if it is one place. I'm pretty sure it is.
No, I don't. Shall I go and have a look?
Let's have a look, shall we?
Timings. One grid place. Yes, it is.
So at the minute he will start sixth because Smokey has now gone up into fourth place position, with Nicky will move up to fifth, and Welshie will go down to sixth. Smithy currently still in the pits and is in seventh place. Eighth is Bryn. Ninth is Leon Fernie. 10th is Ukbar, and DJ Phil will start at the back of the pack. And
what's Ukbar playing at? He's usually quicker than that, isn't he? Is he having just a bit of a torrid one?
Maybe he just hasn't got a lap together. He is fueled quite low, so let's stick with Ukbar. This Janetta in the hands of Andy. In the hands of Andy, this thing was a weapon, and I think with Ukbar, if he gets a little bit more luck, it could go more his way.
Yeah, he's had some moments of brilliance this season, but he hasn't always fallen his way. He's been involved in a lot of silly accidents that weren't his fault and whatever, but he hasn't had the luck this year, and he's a good man, Ugbar, and the Flying Dutchman, but he has had some moments of brilliance in this Janetta, hasn't he?
He definitely has, as Emprava's back into the pit, so he needs to get out relatively soon so he can get out and do another lap time. Disco's in the comments says he's also got his eyes on Fury too, and I have a little bit, yes, but
you're not thinking. Well, he's got your eye on him to see how well it goes. You certainly won't have your eye on it.
I'll be making sure I stay well away from him, but at the same time, my main sight is on Andy. He's still yet to use his double points, and I'm trying to gain as many points as I possibly can on him. Ukbar towards the line, sixth.
Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. It's an Enthralling Championship. The pros tune in tomorrow night where me and Dan, I was going to say we'll be going wheel to wheel. We certainly won't be going wheel to wheel. We'll be on the same tarmac at the same time, but only in the track. We probably won't be battling each other. But see how Dan gets on. And Andy, it has to be said, is probably leading this championship on merit. So Dan playing catch up. With a change of car in his McLaren this year, so all to play for in the pros. It's not done and dusted by a long shot.
No, definitely not. As Smokey Devil has now put himself up into third place position, so Smokey really
he's going well.
He is starting to find some pace, and Leon Fernie just struggling a little bit. I think the lack of testing from Leon might be helping him out, so hopefully he can get himself back and up to speed very shortly. As speaking of Fury's mum's in the chat saying evening all, and nice to see Fury's mum in the chat and supporting everyone here. So as Nicky's in the pits, Smithy's in the pits, so they are done for the session as Emprava comes into the penultimate quarter to start his last and final flying lap here. Can he stake pole position here? And at the minute he's looking good for it.
Yes, nice to see any of the Fury Massive, although now my favourite is Tony, Fury's granddad. He's my favourite of the Fury Massive, only because he was my lucky charm last week, and said I'd put it on a podium and got close, so he's my lucky charm now. So good evening, Tony, if you're around. I'm sure he's already commented this evening. So but the Fury Massive we always like to see.
PM Motorsport says Disco mentions Fury and Fury Mums appear. Hi there.
Yeah, what's that all about? Like magic, the Fury Massive pop up, and Disco said I'll probably see you on track tomorrow. Disco, yeah, we probably will. We seem to end up on the same bit of tarmac most weeks, one way or another, and it's kind of worked out that way. So looking forward to having a proper fight.
We're just coming to the end now. There's a couple of cars in the final sector coming towards the line. Matt is one of them. Can he improve on his lap time? He's a little wiggly on exit. It looks like Bryn's in front of him as well. Bryn goes P6. Matt does not improve, so he will have to start second. Who's in the middle sector there in sector 2? I'm not sure who that is. Is it Welshie, possibly?
I'll have a look for you. Welshie is, as the cameraman
he is
tries
done.
to pick him up. He's done. Dean's still on a lap. He's coming through the Hislop chicane. Ugbar is a little bit further down the road. I think Emplava's got this one in the bag, although Ugbar going... Yeah, he's up a lot, but where does that put him? He's still 2.7 off the ultimate pace, so he's got to find like another 2 seconds in a couple of corners, which I think is a step too far, to be fair. So, but we'll see what happens for Ugbar as he comes round into the last corner and stamps on the accelerator, goes across the line, and does he improve?
He does, but
yes, he does. Goes up to 5th.
Where's Emprava? He's going through the final sector now, I believe. No, he's done for the session, so it's just Dean and Leon Fernie. So Dean is coming through the final corner. Can Dean get higher than 4th place position? He's been on a run of luck. Can he get that few more tenths that he's been looking for? We will see momentarily as the standings come up now. Emperor on pole position with Matt in 2nd, Smoky Devil in 3rd, Dean Wasocki 4th, Ukbar 5th, 6th is Welshie, 7th is Bryn, 8th is Leon Funny, 9th is Nicky, 10th is Smithy, and bringing up the rear is DJ Phil. So let's get underway here at Oulton Park. And Kelly, about to get underway for race 1. Who is your money on for the first win?
Emplava looks like he's got pace, but his season rival, or vice versa, are both there on the front row. It's between Matt and Emplava, of course, unless there's any kind of problem. So I don't think you can look further than those two. I'm going to say Matt's going to pull some out of the bag. Maybe on race consistency, he might be a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go with Matt. What about you, Dan?
I'm going to go Emplava. Can Emplava finally get the monkey off his back? Can he get his first race win here at Simplay Motorsport? He's been the bridesmaid so many times. Is he finally going to be the bride? That is the question. Can Ukbar have a good race here? And can everyone else score some decent points? And can Phil come the back of the pack after his qualifying ban? You make sure you tune in and get your votes in on who you think will be driver of the day as well. Race 1, round 13 here at Simplay Motorsport. We're at the back end of the season, and it's the Audi that's on pole position here. Kelly, this season is going to get more and more exciting towards the end, especially the next round. But here at Oulton Park, it's going to be a good one.
I'd forgotten, Dan, that for as great as Emplava has been, he still hasn't had a race win, has he? And that's really hard to believe. You know, he's done so well this season as the rookie, as well as Matt. To be fair, Matt's a rookie, although he knows his way around this league as he's the top dog. But it still is his rookie season. These two rookies, but Emplava still without a race win, which is, which is hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely trying to get that monkey off his back for sure. But nonetheless, we're about to get underway. Lap 5 is the pit window, guys, as they start to switch their lights on. DJ Phil with a flash at the back of the pack. Matt with his lights on straight away. The Res Rise here. Round 13 of the season. We're about to get underway. And it's go here, and Dean seems to have a good start, but Smithy at the back with a good start. But they're all bunched up just behind. Smithy, Bryn, all the guys behind, just backed up behind the Lamborghini. But Emplava gets a great start into turn 1 as Dean moves up to 3. As well, she's gone round. Nicky looks like he's got caught up in that as well. So we are underway here in racing. Welshie's spinning around and he's underway here. DJ Phil up in 2 places. And Dean's round! Massive accident! Dean and Smokey coming. There's more chaos. Accident. Leon Fernie's hit him. The Smoky Racing cars all out of this race. Whoa!
Yeah, that was a big accident. I was going to comment on how Dean had a great start, although picked up a little bit of wheel spin. But now he was in a major accident. I'll be surprised if he'll continue after that one. Leon Fernie in there as well. But it's another one of those battles. Emplava with the perfect start. Matt was a little bit, initial start wasn't all that great, but he kind of, the second phase of it, he was a lot better. And he's all over the back of Emplava like a cheap suit now.
Well, after all that chaos, that has actually put Bryn up into 3rd place, Smithy up into 4th, and 5th place goes the way of DJ Phil from the back of the pack. He is now up into 5th place. Look at the damage that Ukbar has sustained as well. Lap 5 is the pit window, and if these guys do have to pit, they will have to show to the stewards that they did have significant damage. But look at Matt, he is looking racy, but I think Emplava seems to have the race pace, but Dean's car is wrecked.
Absolutely smashed to bits, and Leon Fernie's isn't an awful lot better either. They're going to have to pit. They're not going to get very much further in those cars. And look at Matt. He's, as I said, he's looking racy. He's not going to let Emplava get away with this one. He wants to deny him that first win as long as he possibly can in this championship. These two have got to capitalise, of course, because Laney's not in this. Yeah, that was a lot of moment there, wasn't there? Laney's not in this race, and we're missing Ben Parkey tonight as well. So these guys have to capitalise, and they've broken away, Dan, into lap 2. They are 5 seconds away from Bryn in 3rd place at the moment.
The problem is now, how quickly are they going to catch Dean with the damage he's got? Dean is only now into the 2nd chicane. These two are coming up to the 1st chicane. So they're absolutely flying right now. There's all sorts of chaos going on. Ukbar is currently up in 5th place. Nicky's had a moment. Dean is still struggling to get back on track. He's cut the chicane, which is fine due to the fact that he has major damage. So Dean just needs to get back. He just needs to get back.
yeah, that car's probably completely undrivable, and he's just nursing that back to try and salvage, maybe even just get some testing in for race 2. But these two going right at it. If Matt was any closer, he'd be sat with his hand on the back of Emplava's head, the way he's so close at the moment. Great racing from these two already.
Yeah, definitely. So they just got to be cautious as Dean's coming up to this section here. They got to be careful of the BMW. Where is Dean? Dean's staying well to the right, and he's done a brilliant job of that. He's in the wall, but he stayed well out of the way. Good job there from Dean. Brilliant stuff to keep it clean. And Leon Fernie is into the pits, and I'm pretty sure with no rear wing and sustained damage, he should be okay with being able to get away with that pit stop. Of no rear wing, he should be fine. And I think the same for Dean. Dean has actually stopped on track. I think he's waiting for everyone to get out the way. There is a close fight at the minute between Ukbar, Welshie and Nicky as Bryn's into the pits early.
Yes, indeed. It's hard to know what's what.
Bryn a minute, sorry. Oh, he must have had a drive-through.
He must have done, yeah, maybe a jump start. Not sure what happened there, but I keep having to jump back to the leaders because Matt's keeping a little bit like kind of a third of a second or so just behind Emplava. He's certainly pressuring him. Difficult to overtake round here, Dan, isn't it?
It is, it definitely is indeed, as Ukbar and Ukbar, Welshie and Nicky all seem to be swapping positions. I think Ukbar's struggling with damage and he's lost out to Welshie a little bit. So I think Ukbar's just trying to get the car to a lap 5 so that he can pit within the window, but not the start that he would have wanted at all. Ukbar once again caught up in trouble.
Yeah, the bad luck continues for the Dutchman. He's had a torrid season, he really has, and we're hoping his luck kind of gets better. As we're watching Matt, who's 6/10 up on his Delta, as he's chasing Emplava for this race win. This is a hell of a battle, this one, Dan. These two have been going at it like this all season, mine, haven't they?
They have indeed, and it's been great to watch. PM Motorsports just told me in the chat that Bryn did have a drive-through penalty, so that is why Bryn was in so early, but he's back in this race. That's promoted Smithy up into 3rd place. What's happened to DJ Phil? He's dropped to 8th.
Yeah, must have had a couple of moments. I don't know quite what's happened to him. Car looks to be intact, but I find this track so incredibly difficult that I don't see why everyone doesn't spin round.
Leon Fernie with a speeding penalty as well. He's going to get 10 seconds added to his time. So for Dean and Leon, it's all about testing now. So and again, the rule is here at Simplay Motorsport, they don't necessarily have to get out of the way. It's the GT rules, so blue flags don't really matter too much, as Emplava has lost the lead.
Matt's in front. Yeah, I don't know when that happened. It only just happened. I don't know if Emplava went a little bit deep through Cascades, probably, because it's easy to do it there. So Matt now, Matt has been hassling the back of Emplava since the very start. Can Matt now extend the lead and pull away from Emplava? Was Emplava going to come back at him? Matt goes very deep into the chicane, just manages to get it back before he crashes into the tyres. Emplava's a very cool customer. He's extremely laid back, and in the interviews and chats that we've had with him, he doesn't let much phase him, so he's back onto Matt.
Just this going on, Ukbar has lost out to Bryn as well, so Ukbar with rear wing damage, that's what's happened to Ukbar. So
he's going to have to pit now.
He is going to have to pit again. With that sustained damage that he's got, he should be able to get away with that one as well. The rule is here in the Pro-Am, they can pit early if they have major damage, but they need to prove to us that the car is undrivable. But as Matt and Emplava cross the line now, they start lap 5, so the end of lap 5 they are allowed to pit. But Dean's still in the pits. He's 5 laps down. Oh, sorry, 4 laps down.
And it's the car's looking a lot better, to be fair. I mean, he's away now. If a pit crew could actually repair a car to that standard within a 5-lap window, then that would be very impressive. I don't think even Red Bull can do that. Do you know what I mean? But the car's looking mint again. He's back on his way. He's going to have to just use this as a test session and just get some more laps under his belt, really.
Definitely so, and these guys currently lapping in the 36s at the minute. Welshie, actually the last lap was the fastest out of everybody so far, so Welshie's got some pace out there. So the Lamborghini going well in race pace at this precise stage. He's currently in 4th place. He's only 3 seconds.
Not far. Yeah, I was just going to say exactly what you were about to say, to be honest. He's not far off Smithy, is he?
No, Welshie in a very good position right now. He's just 3 seconds off the back of Smithy. All these guys do a great opportunity to score good points here. Who else is quite close? At the minute, it's all a little bit spread out, as Nicky and Ugbar are both in the pits. Nicky is in a bit early as well. Lap 4, I believe he's in, so not ideal for Nicky.
Nicky's in and
gone.
He's out again. He's got a little bit of, the car looks a little bit twisted there, isn't it? He's seen some action somewhere, that's for sure, as he goes deep. It's a little bit more satisfying for me, Dan, to watch some of these guys struggling here. Not that I want to see anybody struggling, but I know the struggles I'm having around here, and it's making me feel a little bit better. But yeah, I've got to struggle against you pro guys, so yeah, might not turn out really well.
We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. You could have a moment like Dean, and, you know, where the car's rolling and multiple of the leaders have to pit, so you just don't know, Kelly, do you? So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow night. But right now we're focused on Pro-Am as Ugbar gets well out the way of Matt and
the leaders.
Emprava there.
Yes, absolutely. Ugbar, I say, he's not obliged to. We run by endurance rules. I say it every week. We run by endurance rules. No blue flags. No, you don't have to get out of the way. But you know, if you're not in a battle with anybody, what is the point? Do you know what I mean? You know, you what's the point of being in the way?
Leon finally into the pits once again. He has pitted under the pit window, so even if he didn't, he would have been able to get away with it, but I think he's sustained more damage. But Matt and Emprava matching each other now. A 34.4 from Matt, a 34.7 from N. Those two are the only ones in the 34s, and the gap between them and Smithy is increased, and Welshie bringing that gap down to Smithy relatively quickly as well.
Yes, indeed. That one's going to hot up into a bit of a scrap in a minute. You can see the distance here. Let's go on bumper cam with the go. Look, you can see Smithy there, just almost in touching distance, isn't it? It's that frustrating amount of gap, Dan, isn't it? We can see the car in front, and you just want to get closer and closer. When you can see him, you just it's like a carrot, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely so. And the two that are relatively close at the minute is actually Smokey and DJ Phil are really close at this precise stage as well, as they've gone through the chicane. As we see here, Smokey down the inside of DJ Phil.
Yes.
And he gets the job done. So Smokey now up into that 6th place position. He looks like he's carrying damage at this stage, so hopefully he can keep going with that. But Welshie is bringing that gam to Smithy, and Smithy doing a solid job at the minute. 39.0 from Smithy. He's struggling here. He said he wasn't looking forward to this one, but he's doing a solid job in 3rd place. If he can hold back Welshie, and needs to have a really good banter between one another, and they really do enjoy racing each other. As Emprava is now on the back of Matt.
We try and keep an eye on that one. Yeah, I was going to say DJ Phil saw Smokey coming and didn't fight him too hard by the time Smokey had got down the inside. And as you say, yeah, Welshie and Smithy, plenty of banter. We were chatting. Oh, that's Ugbar, is it? Yeah, Ugbar in the tyres there. Must have gone deep through the island bend, and more damage to the car. You know, poor old Ugbar. He just if he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all, would he?
No, definitely not. But nonetheless, he's still going. And that's what we like to see here. We like to see people get towards the end, as Emprava's still within half a second. But Welshie is within touching distance of Smithy. And he's a little bit later on the brakes there. He gets a little bit close to the back of that Acura. But Welshie can smell blood. Look at him. He's all over the back of that Acura.
Yeah, again, I said before, this track is tight. Look at it. There's hardly a width to get a car down the other side of him. And you've got to find somewhere to overtake. But Smithy's gone deep. He's gone deep, and that was enough. That was enough for Welshie. He was like a rat up a drain pipe on that one. You didn't need a second invite, and he's through. So will Smithy come back at him? That's the question. Welshie with the advantage now. So let's see if Smithy can drag it back. I tell you what, DJ Phil is staying in reasonably close company, or he was with Smokey. He may have just dropped a bit of time.
Possibly so.
Just said.
The fight is between the two leaders at this precise stage. Emprava's in the wall!
Emprava's round. Where is he? He's
hairpin.
Hairpin, yes. He must have done it on acceleration on the way out. And that's such a shame. Such a shame. And I mean, he's now dropped some 9 seconds behind Matt, which has given Matt the breathing space. I mean, Emprava's still a good 15 seconds ahead of Welshie, so Welshie with lots to do to catch him. But Rare mistake from Emplava there.
Very rare mistake, as we see Smokey is into the pits. So Ukbar and Smokey both into the pits, and hopefully Smokey has got rid of that damage. So he has been in there for a bit, probably repaired the damage, but he's underway once again. We're only on lap 8 here, and Matt with a lovely gap now of 9.7 seconds at this precise stage. And is Matt looking to come into the pits? Nope, he continues on and starts at lap 9 here. The gaps have just spread it out a little bit. Ukbar struggling, so he looks like he's going to get overtaken by Ukbar. He's going to get overtaken by Leon Fernie. So Leon Fernie coming through the final corner now as Emplava's into the pits.
Yes, he is, and kind of not surprised about that, to be honest. Probably easier to pit once you've had a bit of a spin, isn't it, Dan? Kind of reset your mind. That was
a quite quick pit stop from him. Ukbar's out as well.
Yeah, Ukbar coming out with him. Look at these two.
This should be interesting, as Ukbar has lifted. So fair play to Ukbar. So that now puts Welshie and Smithy up a place, but obviously they still yet to pit. The main people still yet to pit is Matt, Smithy, Bryn, Welshie, Nicky, DJ Phil, all still yet to make their pit stops.
Yesterday, sorry, I was yawning just then. It's been a very long day. I do apologise. How professional, eh? So Emplava's got his pit stop done, quick pit stop. But yeah, probably the best time. Kind of reset your mind, get yourself back into the groove. And he's going to have to hunt Matt down, but I think he's going to have to. I think he's going to have to hope for a mistake from Matt, and Matt can probably take it a little bit easier now with a bit of a buffer. Try and rest his leg a little bit and rest his back a little bit as he's struggling with his ongoing back problems, which is hindering his racing. So hopefully he's got a chance to rest a little bit as we move into lap 10, half distance.
Well, the interesting thing we need to be looking at now, Kelly, is the gap between Welshie, Smithy and Emplava. Smokey Devil drops it here. Matt's on his way, so he's better clear that car very quickly as Matt is on his way. And Matt
Smokey gets right out of the way.
Yeah, so just a little bit cautious there from Smokey and Matt. So it probably scared Matt a little bit, but someone's taken out the boards there. But Emplava has caught Smithy relatively quickly right now.
Yes, indeed, as well. She's in the pits, and is Smithy as well. So it's going to be a pit stop race for these two. Emplava's on his way. He's done his bit. He's back in second place, and 33 seconds behind Matt. And we see Smithy hits his pit box. As you can see, the mechanics talk about doing something. They talk a good pit stop, and Smithy's away.
Jumped Welshie.
He has. Welshie's away. So Smithy has gained a place in the pit stops. Put himself in the provisional podium position of third. So Welshie with it all to do again.
Who's that in front of him? That is Leon Fernie with no rear wing.
Yeah, no rear wing. He's going to crash.
He is going to have a moment, as he has had a moment.
Let's see if Welshie doesn't get caught up in Leon Fernie's problems. No, he doesn't. So that's okay. So Welshie's got a couple of seconds, 3-4 seconds now. He's lost in that pit stop, Dan. He's got to catch that all back up again, Smithy.
Yeah, definitely so. We're still waiting on Matt, Nicky, and Bryn all to pit yet. So I believe Nicky pitted on lap 4, which was a lap early. So we'd have to come in again unless he sustained damage. So we'll have to see his footage so we can see what damage he did have as DJ Phil's into the pits again.
Yes, he is into the pits again with the McLaren that looks a lot like a Ferrari, being in bright red. I keep thinking it's a Ferrari, but it's not. As said, he's in the pits for his pit stop. As you can see, the pit crew again. Yeah, they talk a good game, but they don't really do a lot.
As we're just trying to keep an eye on the lap times at the minute. It's all relatively spread out at this stage. There's a couple of cars quite close to one another. I'm not sure who's behind Bryn. A couple of Ukbar. Let's go on board with Ukbar a minute. Who's behind Ukbar? He's got Dean behind him, and I think Dean's still a lap down on Ukbar. So not really the start of the race for most of these guys. Could have gone a little bit better, as Ben Parkey is in the comments saying to Team Prolapse, I can't be there tonight, but may your understeer be minimal and your prolapse be many, with a rainbow.
Bless you.
Cute.
Bless you, my child. Amen.
as Welshie has now brought that gap down to Smithy ever so slightly, so he's now getting himself in contention of this. Nicky also not too far away from those two as well, but again, Nicky's pit stop is under investigation at the minute, as Matt does pit.
Yes, indeed. 3 guys there just racing each other, although they're not actually racing each other. And
Whoa.
that was sharp. That was epically sharp. What was that? Half a second?
That was a shake and bake pit stop.
Yeah. That was a shake and bake pit stop back in the Porsche days. That was. And
don't remind me. Don't remind me of the Porsche days.
I miss the Porsche. I miss the Porsche so much. And that's Matt on his way. As the timer shakes out, we'll see what kind of gap he's got to Emplava, but I think it's comfortable, very comfortable. 17 seconds over Emplava. I think that first race win is going to have to wait another race, Dan, for Emplava, you know.
Yeah, definitely so. As PM Motorsport says in the comments, Kelly, there's a Ferrari and F1 that missed racing your McLaren.
I know, and you might miss it again this weekend because I may not be there this weekend either. I have a wedding fair that I forgot I was doing this Sunday, so we'll see how we get on with that. So you might have to wait another week, my friend. But hey, come and join GT3 for next season, and I'll see you in Pro-Am. We can have some fun there.
As Bryn is
in and out
into
the
the
pits.
pits, he is indeed. As Leon Fernie's still driving around with no rear wing. Which is a bit...
Where's Welshie in this then? Welshie's
He's
coming
had a
through.
moment.
Yeah, he's going to clear Bryn. Is he going to clear Bryn?
I don't know.
I think he might just, you know.
Is there, so yeah just.
He does, but only just. Yeah, Welshie dropped off nearly 10 seconds now behind Smithy. So I don't know if Welshie had a moment, but it certainly seems like he had.
His lap time says it all. A 38.3 from Smithy, a 46.4 from Welshie.
Must have had a moment.
Yeah, and they pitted on the same lap, so it's not pit stops. Nicky's brought himself into this fight in 6th place position. A lot better than his practice session.
Yeah, these 3, all for position, these 3 on track now. So we're watching with Nicky, who's on board in 6th place. In front of us is Bryn in 5th and Welshie in 4th. So these guys all racing for position. So we've got a bit of a scrap on here. As we see Nicky just catching back up to the back of these 2. And you get that yo-yo effect as you go through corners and whatever. You'll catch the person up on braking, but the person in front of you is always on the accelerator quicker than you are. And you then get that yo-yo effect that you see very evidently in Formula 1. So these guys racing for position and all in quite close company.
Definitely so, and Bryn is looking to try and have some good luck for once in the BMW, try and have some good racing in that car so that he can really take a fight and score some decent points. He's had a bit of bad luck recently, so hopefully he can score some decent points and build his momentum up as Nicky just catches him at the worst time. And Nicky looks like he's got a great run towards turn 1, but he's looking left, he's looking right, he can't seem to find a way past, and Bryn takes his normal line. Nicky down the inside. And they make contact there.
Nicky straightens him out. He should give that one back, I think. Personally, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of a push to pass.
Yeah, a bit of a Matt Neal, that one. Push him out of the way and then pass him. I think Nicky should give that one back, personally. I think he kind of just he kind of gave Bryn a push, managed to straighten him up again, by the way that these things work. But wouldn't you, Dan, would you be giving that one back?
I personally would. Oh, excuse me.
But of course, we're not actually. I know it's tiring, isn't it? All this chatting. We weren't actually in the cars, and sometimes what you see on stream isn't what's happening in the cars. But from what I saw, I'd be giving that one back myself.
We'll see what happens. But at the minute, Nicky has moved himself up into that 5th place position. Welshie now bringing that gap down back to Smithy again. But Smithy has suddenly found some good pace and is looking to try and keep hold of that 3rd place position as best he can. Kieran Arjun in the comments saying, Kelly, way you were last week, I'll be in the Pro-Am, not you.
Oh, don't worry, Kieran, that won't. Normal service will be resumed this week. I know what pace I've got round here, and not just pace, I haven't even got... Oh, and he has given it back, has he? Was that a give back, Dan? Because
possibly.
Yeah, Nicky was very slow there. I think he gave that one back, in the end. Yeah, no, I know what pace I'm on, and I ain't even got the consistency to go with it this time. So I think I'm going to have an horrendous round tomorrow night. But tune in tomorrow night from 8 o'clock. We will be live, pro, same track, same kind of thing, but guys go faster, mostly.
As we got 11 people currently in the session, so the top 5 will not be able to qualify. So far that will be Matt, Brava, Smithy, Welshie and Bryn at this precise stage will not be able to qualify, as Nicky is right onto the back of that BMW. Can he find a way past? And the leaders just matching one another. Matt at 36.1, so not his best lap, as Nicky sends it. He does a sooty send it.
Sooty style, that was very much so. That was quite rude, wasn't it? Elbows out, I'm coming through. I wouldn't be giving that one back, but my word, Nicky, where did you learn that? Mr. Apex teach you that one, did he?
Possibly so, as the gap between Smithy and Welshie is coming down. Welshie is taking 2 seconds a lap out of Smithy at the minute. Welshie is coming while these two are battling with each other. Welshie's disappeared, and can Welshie get on a podium, or can Smithy hang on for a podium? Both of these guys, I don't think we've heard from these two this season, so it'd be nice to hear these two on the podium. But at the minute, both a great job for their teams as well, as Stealthloft's not here to score points.
Oh, Smithy just struggling. That thing just drifted away from the apex on that off-camber last corner. And, yeah, he's struggling with it. And, well, she's coming at a rate of knots. We were talking before the session started this evening, me and Smithy, about reminiscing about the win that he'd forgotten that he had back at Zolder last season in the wet. This guy's epic in the wet, Dan. If you don't see great stuff from Smithy in the dry, you certainly see it in the wet. He just has a certain touch in the wet. He comes alive. So if I was him, I'd be doing rain dances every week.
As DJ Phil
gets right out of the way. Yep.
Yeah,
good man.
He gets out of the way there, but Smithy looking like at the minute he's just got to hang on to a podium. But Bryn's dropped it, and he looks like
that car looks rough, Dan. That looks like it's crabbing something rotten.
Just noting that down at the minute, but yeah.
That is bent. That gonna have to have that one fixed. I'm afraid, my old friend. That looks a mess.
Disco in the comments saying, "Hope we are dry tomorrow." And what Matt has told me,
wow,
is
yeah,
there's snow and sleet around, but it's at 14%. So at this precise stage, Disco is looking dry, but there is snow again around.
I think I'll be praying for snow and rain, personally. I think it's the only chance I've got of having a good result tomorrow night. So I think I'll be praying for that.
I'm praying for it to be dry.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, as you work on being a 3-times champion. Not been done on Simplay that yet, a 3-times champion. So Unorthodox trying to rewrite the history books. I wish you all the best of luck with that. I still think you could have been. I think you could have, been the dutiful son and dropped it last week and let me out a podium. But I all the things I do for you and all that. But hey ho.
Going for a title, mate. I can't give anything away, as Bryn has now lost a place to Smokey and is into the pits with that major damage to the rear of the car, which is a shame, because Bryn was doing so well. He stayed out of trouble and he was about to score some decent points, but sadly bad luck has struck him again. Welshie is bringing that gap down, a 37.2, while Smithy a 40.5. Look, he can see him now. He's been lapping 3 seconds a lap faster. He's a second and a half in front. Smithy is about to be under some massive pressure towards the end of this race. Can he hang on for a podium? Can he make it a double podium for Sweet and Sour?
3 to go. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? That's what they've been wanting to achieve all this season. But then Welshie, we haven't seen Welshie on the podium, have we? No, we haven't seen him on the podium this year yet, have we?
Not this season that I can think of.
No, we could. We would like to see either one of these on the podium and get to have a chat with them in the post-race interviews. But who's it going to be? Is it going to be Welshie all over the track there? And Smithy's just struggling. Welshie catching him at the rate of knots as Smithy again gets a little bit light on the exit. Back end goes light. and it's hard going, this track. Hard going, if you ask me.
Well, Welshie's best finishing position has been a 4th, and he's done that 3 times this season. Once at Hockenheim.
Oh, somebody over at the other side of the track, I saw in the distance. Oh, I'm not going to get there in time. Had a massive accident, and I think Leon Fernie, and it might have been, I don't know, but it might have been Dean or somebody. But Ogbar there. I saw it in the distance. Cars getting rolled over and whatever. We go back to Welshie, who really has caught Smithy now at a rate of knots, as we said. He's now in the box seats. He's not going to try it into the chicane, is he? That's madness.
He is. He had to think about it.
Yeah. He had a look at it, didn't he? He certainly had a look. But
the question is now, if Smithy can make that car as wide as he possibly can, and hold it for as long as he can, Nicky is then going to catch these 2 up. So at this rate, Welshie needs to clear that Acura as quickly as he possibly can. And yeah, at this precise stage, Smithy is just hanging on. And I was just finishing, Smithy's best result this season has been a P5, and that was earlier on in Red Bull Ring when he scored double points. So Smithy would love to be on a podium, but both of them still this season yet to have their first podium, and they are duking it out. These two, lovely banter in the chat all the time. And who is going to be on top? Which is going to be the GOAT this evening? Is it going to be Welshie, or is it going to be Smithy?
We will certainly see, but I tell you what, Nicky's not far behind this battle, is he?
No, he's slowly getting himself back into this fight.
Oh,
and
look at that.
Smithy, he's made his one move.
He did the Duffin chop there, and did his one move across the across Welshie's.
Oh,
no, Welshie's round. Oh no!
That's promoted Nicky up a place.
It has. So Welshie, with all so much to do, made such a good job of. Oh wow! So anyway, that gives Smithy some breathing room, just for a lap or so. Matt's just started lap 19, so Smithy will be just wanting this race over now. I'm sure he will, because Nicky is now the one coming. He's 2 seconds behind him. Look, there's Bryn in between the pair of them, who's a lap or 2 down.
Yeah, he has got to clear Bryn first. And Sutty in the comments right now, mate, you've missed the Sutty send it from this man here, Nicky. He sent a beautiful move on Bryn into the hairpin, and also you missed Dean having a big role at the start of the session. Leon Fernie's back into the pit once again, but this man, penultimate lap right now. Matt is on the way for another race win. Can he match Fury's record? That is the question, and with no Ben Parkey around, he can possibly do it. But Emprava, when will he finally get a race win here at Simplay Motorsport? It has to be just around the corner.
Must be, yeah.
I'm just trying to look through now. Emprava has been on the podium near enough every single round this season. No, every single round he's been on the podium.
Yeah, that's consistency for you. But as you said, always the bridesmaid and not the bride. He needs that win. He needs to get that monkey off his back. And as we see Matt coming down...
Let's go back to Nicky and Smithy, because they're separated by 2 tenths. Oh, I say that. Nicky is not actually close enough. What's happened to Smithy?
I don't know. Smithy's still in front. I don't know, Dan. They look on timings. They seem to be very close, but on track, as across the line to do his final lap. I thought this was the last one, but it's not. He's got one to go, hasn't he? Let's go back then and have another look at what is actually happening.
Smithy? Where's Smithy? There he is.
Up there, look. Yeah, he's
timing's being a bit funny there, but
yeah, timing's being all over the place, to be fair. But Nicky is catching him fast, you know.
He's catching him very fast. Can Smithy hang on? He's managed to hold back Welshie. Can he hold back Nicky? Nicky could get his first podium at this stage, but he's going through the chicane. He's hunting down Smithy as quickly as he possibly can. He's trying his absolute best. Smithy, this is the main fight we are looking for. Who is going to take the final podium position? I think this will be Nicky's first podium as well. All these guys looking for their first podium. Oh no, wait, I lie. Nicky has had one. He had 3rd at Watkins. So Smithy,
okay, yeah.
Can he hang on?
Certainly not been on form, has he? My old teammate from last season. He had a few wins last season, 3 maybe, and yeah, not having that kind of form this season. And where is Matthew? He's still got a little way to go, hasn't he? Let's go back, see what Nicky's progress is on Smithy as they come across to do the final lap. They're on the lead lap, so they've got to finish this lap. So that will be the fight for the last.
Let's go back to this man, and he comes through his hero's favourite corner. Matt Neal pushing his teammate in the wall there, and Matt manages to negotiate it. Matt takes another win here at Simplay Motorsport. He wins the first race here tonight at Oulton Park, the track that he actually picked for this season. So well done to Matt. Emprava with a solid job in second place. Could have taken the win, but one little error has caused him this race. But nonetheless, Emprava will come home for another podium this season. Consistency is keeping him in this fight, but Matt has extended his gap once again. But the fight we need to keep an eye on is Smithy and Nicky. Nicky's got his lights on. He means business. We are underway here. The last few laps. Can he hang on as the car cuts the chicane? And that's Leon Fernie. What is Leon Fernie doing?
What's he doing? Oh, stay out of the way, Leon Fernie. It's not your battle, so stay out of it. So Smithy defends the corner. Leon Fernie, I don't know what he's playing at. He's all over the shop and in front of these two in the way again. As Nicky and Smithy are trying to concentrate on this one. Both want this podium.
Yeah, they both desperately want this podium. Nicky is looking everywhere. Leon Fernie's off again. And in a minute, he's going to get involved in this incident. He's hit Smithy!
No! What's that all about?
Nicky slowing down, but Welshie's coming round as well. Nicky is going to take a podium here. But what is Nicky doing?
He's going to give it away. He's going to give it to him.
He's going to give it. So Welshie will get on the podium. Nicky is waiting and waiting for Smithy. What absolute race sportsmanship here from Nicky. Welshie crosses the line for third. Will take that podium. Leon Fernie causing absolute chaos and cutting track limits. I'm not going to be too happy with that, to be honest. But Welshie does take third.
Keen on it, to be
Smithy takes fourth place. Should have been a podium. Fifth place goes the way of Nicky. And Nicky is stopped for some reason. Oh, is he out of fuel?
He is out of fuel, mate. Yeah, that's probably why he slowed down. He wasn't giving the place back. He was out of fuel. So Nicky out of fuel just before he got to the line. He's not over the line, is he? So
there's me thinking that he was giving the place back, but actually Nicky ran out of fuel.
I think he's going to keep. I think he might keep that, Dan, just because the rest are a lap down. Yeah, he will. He keep fifth place. But what a turn up to the end of that one, Dan.
Matt Himovic takes the win with Emprava in second. Emprava doesn't quite get fast as lap goes the way of Matt Himovic, so Matt extending his points gap. Third place was Welshie. Fourth is Smithy. Fifth is Nicky. Sixth is Smoky Devil. So the top five, Nicky upwards will not be able to qualify. Nicky, Smithy, Welshie, Emprava and Matt won't be able to qualify. Sixth is Smoky. Seventh is Bryn. Eighth is DJ Phil. Ninth is Dean Wasaki. 10th is Ukbar and Leon Fernie at the back of the pack. Make sure you tune in. At a moment's time we will get race 2 underway, but for now, grab a drink, grab a coffee, grab some food, and we will see you in a moment's time.
I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town.
In the shaker picture,
And you're too
which
far
is,
away.
nice to see. Obviously, due to him rushing in, I think he will have to run that one for the moment's time. But we do have the top three of us at this precise minute, and we will start with Welshie. And Welshie, we haven't heard from you this season, and it's nice to hear you on the podium. But a little bit gifted, that one. That was.
Yeah, it was. You know, that was I loved that drive there, giving Smithy a good challenge. We've got a little battle on this season, but I gave them all. Had a mistake there as well, and seen Nicky and him, and to be honest, I was hoping that would happen kind of thing between him and Nicky, but it wasn't the case. I believe it was someone else. So yeah, gifted, but Smithy definitely deserved that race there. Like,
Nonetheless, mate, you had a great race. You were about to score some decent points anyway. You managed to stay out of the trouble of the first lap. What did you get involved in that at all, or did you manage to get away scot-free?
Oh, again, look, my wee buddy Smithy, I think he kind of dove up the inside in turn one, ended up wide and ended up being last. But luckily enough, I think turn 2, turn 3, I think it was. There was a load of cars off as well, so gained a few positions from there. And then we come to the big hairpin, and we gained a few more cars again, so gained more positions. It was just to head down and try and see what I can do when I realised where I was.
Yeah, definitely. So, are you enjoying the Lamborghini? Are you enjoying the challenge this season? Like I said, not many podiums this season, but it is nice to finally hear you. And what's the plan for race 2?
head down and see what I can do again. See where I start and see if we can get up the front again. I'm enjoying this, so let's see how it goes. I love the Lamborghini. It's the car I've always felt comfortable in, so let's see if we can do this again.
Sadly, no self-soft to help you in the points, so you're a lone wolf tonight, but nonetheless, you're doing a solid job for him, and a podium is a good way to start the night, isn't it?
Yep, definitely. One for the team.
Well, I'll let you get back to your chat, and congratulations on the podium, mate.
Yeah,
Thank you very much,
congratulations, Welshie.
Thank you. Good luck, boys.
As we got the second place man as well, Emprava, and it looks so good, Emprava. You put it on pole position, you had the pace, and you just made one little mistake. Your race debut is just going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, you know, one little mistake cost me the race win, but nevertheless, the second place is a really good result, so I will hope I can do the same in the second place. Maybe get the first win there.
Have you done much practice? This being a British track, a lot of us know this track really well, being it's one of our home ones. Is this one a little bit alien to you, Emblava?
I don't think so, you know. I have raced it a little bit, so of course in a virtual world, but yeah, I enjoy the track, so I think that's why I do really well here, so yeah.
Excellent, well done.
Well, nonetheless, mate, you're about to go into race 2. You'll be starting near the back with your rival, Matt, and what can you do in race 2?
You know, I think I have the pace for the win, but it's really hard to overtake here, so if I get stuck behind slower cars for too long, it may just go away.
Also, Laney's back into the session, and he looked very good in practice. He's now back in for race 2. Do you think you can challenge Laney as well?
I mean, I can challenge him, but like I said, it's really hard coming from the back, so... But you never know. I will do my best, and let's see what happens.
Well, best of luck to you, mate, and we'll hope you see you on the podium.
Yeah,
yep.
Cheers.
Well done.
And we go to our race winner once again. Matt Imovic takes the win here at the track he selected this season. Congratulations, Matt. Nearly a sweet and sour 1-3 there. Just slipped out of Smithy's hands.
Don't, because that is the most frustrating thing ever. And there's no bloke who works harder at it than Smithy, you know. No bloke who deserves it more than Smithy. And what happened, just outrageous.
But nonetheless,
absolutely.
Sorry, just go back to his race win. You're trying to hunt down Fury's record. You pretty much have to win all the races towards the end of the season to reach that record. But nonetheless, good points for you again to extend on Embrava and also Ben Parkey, who's not here.
Great points, great start tonight. You know as well as myself after Sunday and Monday that this was going to be a tough task, worse than last week. And I know this is the conversation every week, but this is how I have to live my life, and this is how I have to prepare each week. And this week was going to be the toughest one yet, and we've came through it yet again. Emplava made one mistake. Dumped the old grass box out in front of his car and let him spin on the grass cuttings that I just mowed before today's race, running with a bit of ballast at the start. So that's why I was a second off in qualifying. But the extra points to pull away is absolutely fantastic. We've now just got to get our head down and go again. And it's the mood's mixed at the minute, mixed moods. I'm over the moon, but at the same time, what could have been?
Yeah. Frustrated for we're all frustrated for Smithy for sure, and I'm sure the stewards will look at it. And action's been taken already, to be fair. So moving forward, Matt, race 2. You're starting from the back by the looks of it. Oulton Park is very, very narrow. Have you got a strategy, or is it just pick up the pieces?
Pick up the pieces. This race is going to be get ahead of Emplava. See what we can do in the second half of it. I'm tipping Laney for this win because he's on pole and he's a quick guy, you know, unless he has a problem or a couple of mistakes himself. It's going to be about keeping out of trouble here. There's a lot of carnage race 1. I saw in my rear view mirror Dean's BMW lose the rear and then that caused a bit of a pile-up. That's where I don't want to be, in that pile-up. I need to be through as quick as possible and away with a good gap. And we'll see what happens race 2. You know what it's like, Kelly and Pro-Am. Race 2 is unpredictable. And on a circuit like this, you've got your work's cut out more than normal.
Absolutely. Dan, back to you.
I'm just saying, best of luck to you, Matt. You all will be
Cheers,
starting
boys.
last, and hopefully your chosen circuit can give you some luck.
Can I just say that heads up to Smithy. We go again in this second race, and we've got this, boy. We've got this.
He is the GOAT.
Absolutely.
That indeed. Cheers, boys.
Congratulations, Matt. But back to you, Kelly, and obviously after, due to the circumstances that did happen towards the climax of that race, and we've had to tell Leon Fernie to miss race 2 after cutting the track twice, and also getting involved in the incidents that happened on track as well. So we've told him to miss this race and practice, so he will be back next week. Another interesting thing as well, Kelly, no one on double points this evening.
No, absolutely, Dan, and we probably all feel the same. Everyone knows that this is so incredibly narrow, and overtaking is incredibly difficult. I think Matt's quite right. If Laney doesn't have any problems, he should have quite an easy win on his hands, starting from pole. With Matt and then Plava with all the work to do in the second race, and sometimes Laney on a race ban. For race 1, does this put him in the best position for race 2 in a track like this? Do you know what I mean? Circumstances might just play his way for a reasonably comfortable win tonight. What do you think?
You could crack though. This track, it does deliver some
True.
mistakes. You could just clip a tyre wall and you have major damage. But let me quickly run through the current standings as well. Now the table's a bit updated. Matovic leads the way with 284 points. He's extended the gap to Ben Parkey by 42, who's in second, and then Prava is in third, catching Ben Parkey up. In fourth place is Laney, still obviously not being able to race, so he didn't score any points. P5 is Smokey Dale, 149 points, so Welshie up into sixth place position on 132, and Smithy in P7 with 121. 8th is Ugbar 107, 9th is Dean Wasocki with 99, 10th is Bryn on 80, 11th place is Selslav, who's not here to race, so he's on 70. DJ Ville is now on 60 points, and Nikki is now on 254. Leon Fernie scoring 5 points. Team Championships is Sweet and Sour Motorsport still leading the way with 405 points to the name and 163 point gap to Rainbow Prolapse. There's a lot of work that the guys have to do to catch them. Audi Sport in third with 227 points. Team Prolapse is starting to catch Audi Sport in fourth place position, and in fifth place is MC Motorsport Lamborghini. They're not too far behind either, but in sixth place is Not Fast Just Furious BMW. In seventh is Smoky Racing. Eighth place is Metal and Racing, and in ninth place is Powerline Racing. And it is at this precise stage, it is Laney who's on pole position, but Ugbar seems to be flying out there at the minute.
Yes, he does indeed. He is going great guns, and let's hope that the Dutchman has a better race 2. But Laney with once he goes deep. I should shut up. Commentator's curse is real.
Is that Dean coming through the final sector now? I believe it is Dean.
Yep. Dean showing pace again towards the sharp end. He'll start again. Let's hope that he doesn't get dizzy rolling over the way he did in race 1. And no doubt that'll be one for the stewards to look at from the race 1 instance. He goes across the line, but doesn't improve.
He does improve, but he doesn't go much. He improves,
but doesn't improve position.
No, but it's just Smokey left to finish his qualifying session. Apologies to Smokey, I left it a late message, but you were allowed to qualify. He's currently up on his time, 7.5 seconds is what he has. He's currently in 6th place position, so it should get him roughly between Dean and Bryn at this stage. But nonetheless, get your votes in on who you think is going to take the second race win here tonight. And Kelly, Oulton Park has already given us some drama. Now we go into race 2. Will it give us more drama?
Probably, yes, most probably. As we don't see Smokey's time come up, we'll have a look when it comes up on our screen. And you're quite right, Daniel, you're exactly right. He went in between Dean and Bryn into 4th place. So it's Laney on pole. Who's your tip for the race win, Dan? I know my tip is.
You can't look past Laney, who's in the lovely shake and bake colours of Biggs. But Do you know what? I think one of the guys at the back might have a chance with the chaos that goes on. If they can keep their noses clean, the likes of Matt and Emplava could get a win again. Maybe Emplava get his first race win. Dean might have a good race, and I just don't know. I don't know how much testing Laney's been doing. I'm going to throw this out there. I'm going to say Dean.
Okay, well, good shout. And I am going to go with Laney. I think all things being equal, if he gets a good start and gets away, he should be able to control this race reasonably easily. He's got the pace to do so. So I'm going to say Laney, but hoping Ugbar has a better race. Hoping we can see Ugbar on the podium.
Well, Laney says, Sutty says he thinks Laney for the race win and Dean in second place. Can Laney get himself back into this championship fight between Emplava and Matimovic and Ben Parkey if Ben is able to race? But he's going to put himself at massive disadvantage.
Apologies, sir.
Guys, make sure you...
I just done the controller thing and pulled a wire out there.
I don't
know what you were.
You did a Welshie, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're about to rev up. We're about to get underway. Lights come on. Race 2 here this evening at Oulton Park. We're about to get underway. And it's a good start there by Dean. Hookbar's a little bit sluggish off the line, but Laney with the race start. Smithy over the start in the background, but it is Laney who's under pressure from Dean. Dean goes right round the outside into turn 1. Beautiful move from Dean as Hookbar's all over the grass there. Can Hookbar get back on track without any chaos? He does so, and Smokey goes around the outside of him. Smokey just behind as well. What is going on from behind? Hookbar's just run a little bit wide. Bryn's there, Nicky's there. Everyone relatively clean in turn 1 other than Smithy, who's gone round.
Yeah, Smithy in the background. He's the one who's round. So it's Laney who's right on the back of Dean now. Dean with an epic start from that BMW. BMW is quite well known for their good starts.
Dean's made a mistake.
Yeah, he's made a mistake. Laney straight through and on his way. So Dean's now got to remake those positions. Smokey with a good start up in third and hassling these guys. Ugbar
What's happened to Emplava? Emplava's down in 10th.
He's having some troubles. He's back in 10th. Matt's had an absolute cracker. I don't know how he's done it, but he's got himself up into 5th, and we've been now chasing Ugbar down. But Emplava with not the best of starts. Don't know why. He's got a lot of work to do from back there. An awful lot of work to do. But it's Laney who leads at the moment.
It's time for him to be patient, and lap 5 is the pit window. Laney does lead this race, and he goes a little bit of understeer there as he goes through the quick right-hander there, but Smokey sticking to the back of these guys. Dean with a solid P2 at this stage, but Matt is now being under pressure from Ugbar. Can Ugbar put Matt under a little bit of pressure and get past? Emplava just in the background trying to find a way past on DJ Phil. A much better lap 1 from these guys.
Yes, indeed. They're all they're all on their wheels, and no damage that we're aware of. Smithy was the net loser on that one and went backwards, and is now at the very back with loads to do. But Matt just dropped off. No, he's pulling away from Ugbar a little bit. He's got a little bit
the one
of a
who's
gap
dropped
now.
off. Ugbar's the one who's dropped off there. He's got pressure from Nicky, who's right behind. Welshie's looking to make a move as well as they come down the short back straight here as Nicky is defending that car. It's very difficult to pass into this quick left-hander. Welshie thinking about it, but thought better of it and just waiting for his chance to get past that McLaren. Welshie looking strong in the Lamborghini tonight.
He is looking strong in that one. Definitely a contender for driver of the day if he can have the kind of race that he had in race 1. He is all over the back of Nicky and going great guns with that one at the moment. Smokey catching on the back of Dean, who's in second place and holding on to it. And Matt reeling him in slowly. But Laney with a second and a half out front. But the real scraps going on here. Emplava in 9th, Bryn in 8th, Welshie in 7th.
Nicky's made a mistake.
Gets past Nicky. Nicky's gone deep, he's through. Welshie now got his sights set on Ugbar, but these are all in very close company at the moment.
Watching these guys around it. Oh, Ugbar's just gone onto the grass. He's gone wide. He's going to lose out massively to Welshie. Nicky, has he's come round? Oh, Emplava's round. Bryn's been hit.
Oh, I think Bryn was having his own accident. Oh, and so's Nicky. Nicky's round as well. And so they all have their own separate little accidents. I think you'll find Emplava finds himself in the middle of all this and finds himself on the other side of it. So it's coming back to Emplava with their mistakes.
Well, Emplava had a spin on his own. Ugbar dropped it. Bryn got hit. Bryn hit Ugbar as he came around the corner, and Nicky spun all on his own. So absolute chaos as they go through the quick corners there. Dean's lost the second place.
He has lost second place, and he's lost out to both Matt and Smokey. Now, look who this man. Look how it's all panning out for this guy. And up into fifth now. The car's just moving out of his way, and he's coming up thick and fast. So Matt is now reeling in Smokey, and excuse me. If he can get past Smokey reasonably easy, he's got a chance of hunting down Laney. And could this be a fourth win in a row for Matt?
Possibly so. He's now breathing down the neck of Smokey. Can he find a way past? That is the question. Smokey's going to be a lot harder to overtake, and then Laney's going to be even harder again. Welshie on a decent drive here. Can he find a way past Dean? That is the question. As Emprava is looking to make a move on DJ Phil, but thinks better of it in the chicane. Good opportunity to overtake there, but he just didn't have enough in hand as Nicky is out of the pits. The bottom three having to pit. I will have to ask. I think Ukbar and Bryn had major damage, but Nicky will have to question that one again. So Nicky has pitted, but is under investigation again.
Oh, Smokey's in the wall.
He is in the wall.
Yep, so that's given Matt's through, Dean's through, Welshie's through. Smokey with an absolute terrible disaster of a crash, that one. So that's put him on the back foot, and Plava will be the next man to catch him up. So Welshie, as I said, it's all just coming to him, isn't it?
It is indeed. Welshie having a great run here at Oulton Park. Can he get himself on the podium again? He just needs to put Dean under a little bit more pressure. But there's Ukbar coming out of the pits after major damage. But Matt is now looking to try and catch Laney. But Laney in the 33s at the minute. He's extending the gap to the guys behind him. Can Laney score some good points here?
Yes, I'm sure he's hoping to. After his race ban, he would have scored 0 point for race one. So he's going to want to capitalise on this one the best he can if he's going to have any chance to keep it in touch with this championship. And we're on the second half of the season, so still all to play for. But he's got to start scoring big if he wants to, get towards the front and maybe move up into the pro division. But Matt was 6 seconds behind. Laney is the quicker man at the moment, and Laney faster than Matt, Matt faster than Dean, and Dean faster than Welshie at the moment. But still all to play for.
Yeah,
we're only lap 4 in.
It is all still to play for at this stage, and Welshie just trying to bring that gap down to Dean. Smokey trying to clear. Ukbar's dropped it. Ukbar dropped it on his own in the background again. So Ukbar really struggling here tonight, as I think he's struggling or waiting for the other cars to clear so that he can finally get going. And there is Bryn. He will now gain a place on Ukbar. And Ukbar
everyone, he drops to last, unfortunately.
I gotta say, that shake and bake livery looks beautiful, doesn't it, Kelly?
It's all right.
You like
it's
white?
Yeah, I do. No, I was just about to say it is a pretty livery. I'm just not that struck on the car, to be honest, and not because I'm struggling with it. I just don't think it's a very pretty car, but I'm not into that supercar shape. I prefer that, to be honest. A more traditional car shape is more my thing. And Welshie has been overtaken by Emplava. Welshie must have had a problem, Dan, because he's dropped back behind Smokey and behind Emplava now. And so he must have dropped it somewhere.
Emplava slowly making his way through the pack. Can he get back on the podium here tonight? He's got to get
realistic
past.
for Emplava? Third?
I think third is realistic for Emplava, unless Matt and Laney have a moment up in front. And third place is probably his best bet.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a realistic goal from this race, all things being equal. And we'll watch his progress with excitement, for sure. But this man's still in the lead. As I said, nice livery. Shame about the car.
Oh, the car's great. Don't know what you're talking about. It's better than this Honda.
It's not the shot. Well, they pretty much looks the same, doesn't it? It's just that.
The pit window is open, as Sutty says in the comments. Night peeps, I will see you tomorrow. Come on, Kelly, let's have it.
Yeah, let's have it, Sutty, my teammate at Audio Sport Pro Laps, and doing a much better job of it than I am. But Sutty Apex, he's a legend, isn't he? He's a legend.
Known for his Sutty send it as well. She's still within reach of Emplava at this stage for 5th and 6th place. So they're having a good little battle between those two, who's not too far behind Smokey either. So as I say that, well, she has just dropped a little bit of time to Emplava. Problem with Oulton Park, it doesn't seem to give us the right times at this precise stage.
No, it seemed to be, yeah, kind of almost ignore the timing.
As well, she is now trying to stick to Emplava and hoping that Emplava will use his pace to try and clear the others. But Dean and Smokey lapping similar to Emplava, so at the minute he can't really answer as Smithy is in 2 at the pits.
Dean's got a really good chance at a podium here, I feel, don't you? If he can keep this pace and just keep his consistency and none of the silly mistakes, he's got a real chance at this. Because as you say, he's actually, last lap round, he was actually a little bit quicker than Emplava and Smokey. So out of those kind of three contenders for the podium, Dean is looking the best at this time.
He is at this precise stage, but he's his own worst enemy. He always gets into his own head, so he just needs to focus on getting home basically and keeping it consistent. He is lapping faster than the guys behind him. He's not quite, or he is starting to match the leaders actually. A 34.8 from Dean. He's starting to be on the same pace of these guys. So Dean with great progress at the minute. But Matt's actually brought the gap down to Laney. Laney with a poor lap last lap. He lost a 2nd and a 10th to Matt. So Matt's just bringing that gap down to Laney.
Yes, he is, and we're not at half distance yet, so it's still all to play for. Matt can still catch him, or a couple of little scruffy laps from Laney, and Matt will be all over him like a cheap suit. Cheap suit, yeah. There was another one I was thinking of, but I couldn't bring it to mind straight away.
Make sure you guys, if you haven't done so already, 26 people watching and 25 likes. Thank you so much. Every like helps here at Simplay Motorsport. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live as well. And make sure you tune in tomorrow night as the pros will be hitting Oulton Park themselves. Can Andy extend his championship? Well, technically his championship lead with on double points, or can I make that gap a little bit smaller? Can Gary have another solid night? Can Kelly get his first win before Orlando Norris asked the question?
Oulton Park.
Oulton Park.
That'd be a weird night, that would.
I mean, there's snow forecast, so anything could happen, to be fair.
True.
Can Kelly get her first race win or even a podium in the races?
Can pigs fly? I don't know. Can they? Probably not.
How will Disco do? There's so many questions that need to be answered here, and nonetheless, we will be keeping an eye on that. What livery does Ukbar have? The Ginetta G55. Where is Ukbar on track?
Oogie, where are you?
He has the yellow and a black and grey of the 52. That's what he has. So Neil, if you like the livery, then there it is.
Yeah. There it is. Have a good old look. As Smithy's about to put a lap on him, I think, because Ugbar's running at the back at the moment. With some more bad luck. Ugbar has had a atrocious season. Smithy's off. Yeah, Smithy's round gone wide.
DJ Phil was with him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to jump back to Emplava because he's really reeling in Smokey now.
33.8. Emplava was fastest that last lap, so he is now on the pace. Can he clear Smokey and then catch Dean? That is the question. Matt and Laney seem to have hit a wall where it's just at 4-5 seconds between them. So we'll see how that escalates. But Smokey's dropped it.
Emplava just missed him. Oh, that was a moment, wasn't it?
That was definitely a brown pants
moment. I nearly got stuck to the chair. Yeah.
Also, forgot to mention as well, make sure you tune in on Sunday as I will be back in your commentary box and the F1 drivers will be back on track as well. We head to Montreal, Canada, where if anyone knows myself and Matt particularly well, me and him had a little bit of a ding-dong in Canada where I kind of made myself look like a bit of a fool at a different league. So we head to Montreal, Canada, Kelly's favourite circuit, I believe.
It is one of my absolute favourites. Unfortunately, I may not be able to make it in the McLaren, so that'll be another week that Lando Norris has the advantage. It's a great track, Canada, and served up, in my opinion, one of the best races ever seen in Formula One. The 2011 Jenson Button win at Montreal. Fantastic race, and always some great racing there. I remember Olivier Panis crashing, breaking both his legs in the late 90s as well. So some great action there, and I'm sure the Formula One on Simplay will be exactly the same. Probably no broken legs, but certainly some great action.
Especially if there's rain around, and looks like Laney's had a moment somewhere, because that gap has dropped to 3 seconds between him and Matt. Remember, guys, tune in on Sunday 7 p.m. and I will be bringing you the commentary for the Canadian
all
Grand
on his own.
Prix. All on my
what a
own.
great job you do of it, Dan. It's not easy commentating on your own.
It's not, no, but if you are interested in commentating, then please drop a message in Simplay Motorsport and we'll see if we can get you in and do a bit of commentating. If you are interested, we can always do with more commentators, and the best way to explain it, Kelly, is just like having a chat with your mates while watching a race, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, it's I've had some great times commentating and loads of fun commentating with many people, with Matt a lot, with yourself, Dan, with Andy, with Xmart, with loads of people, to be honest, Green Pies, and I've commentated with all those guys, Nicky, yeah, and had great laughs commentating. It is good fun if you want to get involved, and you can have the joy of doing the cameras as well. If you think you can do a better job than me of doing cameras, then you can, look, you know, just like that.
You're making me feel a little bit sick.
You can tell this race has gone a little bit flat, can't you? At the moment, Matt is catching Laney, though. They're all going to start thinking about their pit stops in a minute, but Matt's got the gap down to 2.7 seconds. Can he see him in the distance now? Let's have a look.
Just about. Over the hill.
There's the carrot. That's the carrot. You can see. Yeah, you can see the man in front of you. That's where you can tend to overdrive the car, just thinking I can catch him, I can get him if I just go a little bit quicker than he can, you know.
Well, Matt managed to take 2 seconds out on the last lap of Laney. This lap alone as well, he's catching him as well. So Laney just seems to be struggling at this point of the race. Even Dean is lapping faster than Laney at this point. So Laney, with it all to do, he has the race lead. He just needs to focus on keeping it on track.
Yeah, it's Dean. It's Laney's pace that has dropped off. Matt has stayed consistent in the 135s and low 135s on that last lap as they come across the line. Laney back in the 34.8. Matt with a 34.4. So Matt is the quicker guy at the moment and keeping his consistency, keeping it on track, picking up his apex, doing his braking zones, all the rest of it, where Laney's just been a little bit scruffy in places, which has made this brought this gap down a little bit. DJ Phil in the pits and Bryn in the pits at the moment, so they're in for their scheduled, as we see Bryn in the pits and the pit crew doing nothing.
Regarding pits, we are still waiting for Matt, Dean, Welshie, Emprava and Laney all to come into the pits. So just waiting on those guys, but I think everyone else have pitted. Nicky, Bryn and Ukbar all sustained damage earlier on. So as Welshie's actually into the pits now. Thank you, Welshie. I can tick you off.
Yep.
Oh, has he missed? Oh, I thought he missed his pit box.
Yeah, I thought that as well. Thought he's missed his pit box, but it wasn't his. It was the next one along. So there we go. Pit crew doing their thing, or not, as the case may be. And then he's away.
That is a lovely car, isn't it? That is a lovely car.
No, it's not. It's another supercar shape. That's nothing for me.
Neil says, do you think Matt will win? He's got a very good opportunity here. I think it's all going to be about the pit stops mainly. I think if Matt has a solid pit stop and jumps Laney, then the question is, does he do the undercut or does he do the overcut? As Laney carries on, what does Matt do? He's coming into the pits now, so he's going for the undercut.
Right. Matt is in the pits, gets it slowed down, almost puts it into the wall as he comes in, hits his pit box. Another quick one. He's got that right down, hasn't he? He's got that down to a fine art, like a shake and bake Porsche pit stop that was. This is where he could have just won this race.
Dean's in as well, so who is around Dean? Smokey is the next guy to him, so he's got quite a gap to Smokey, so Dean should be alright. According to Dean, it's raining, so he's got his wipers going.
He's got his wipers on.
He's doing a Gary at Monza, just put his wipers on and just making sure they still work. Yes, Dean, they work very well.
I found I had my wipers going one race and I didn't have a button assigned, so I couldn't switch them off, so I had to listen to them all the way through. Not that I sit at an angle where I see them, so yeah. Anyway,
one problem that Matt has now, he's behind Emprava. If Laney stays out longer, Matt will have to try and clear Emprava as quickly as he can. Now, Emprava's in a race between Dean, so it's a difficult situation here for both of these drivers. Matt want to clear Emprava, but Emprava don't want to lose time to Dean. So
fair play, but the only thing I'll say as a counter argument to that is that Emplava's not exactly lapping slowly, is he? So he will be keeping a good race pace. So Matt, although he may cruise up behind him, he may not. Do you know what I mean? Emplava is a couple of seconds ahead of Matt and lapping in the right kind of time. So we'll see.
We will see. As Nikki and Welshie are relatively close as well. They're separated by a second by the looks of things, and I think. Or a little bit more, actually. Nope, not quite.
No, I don't think they are. No, do you really think that's a pretty car? Oh, that's awful. Awful. As Emplava's in, so that solves Matt's problem.
Yep, Emplava in. Where is Dean now under this?
He's missed his pit box.
Oh, no. Once again, he's missed his pit box, and that actually reminds me. I need to send Emplava a minute. Has pitted, says Bethany. No, he hasn't. He has now, though. So Laney is the only man yet to pit, and he's got a decent gap over Matt at this stage, but it's only 18.8 seconds. Matt's pit stop was very quick.
Very quick. He used the, and I hate saying it, the glitch. If you set your pit stops up correctly, you can make the pit stops a lot faster. If you don't set them up, then they're average about 5 seconds or so. But if you get them correct, you can get you. I mean, the fastest one I've had was 0.4 of a second. So if you set it up right, I know you and Big Stan know how to do it. Well, everyone knows how to do it. It's just mastering it, really. And some cars are better at it than others. The Porsche being one. I always found the best ones I ever had were in the Porsche. But it's all about how you set the pit stops up. But certainly Matt's got it down. It's not wrong. It's not illegal. It's just Laney just a bit arse-endy as he went through there. As I say, it's not illegal. It's just the way you set things up, and it's open to everyone. If anyone doesn't know about it, one of us will explain it to you and how to do it. But
do we have to? Sorry? Do we have to?
Well, we don't know. I will. I'll tell them how to do it. You still got to master it, Dan. So many people know how to do it, and a lot of people can't get it right.
Very true. After Emplava's pit stop, his long pit stop as well, as he just missed the pit spot, he's still behind Dean Masocki, but that gap's come down to 2 seconds, or less than 2 seconds now. So Emplava can see Dean. He can see the podium now. Can Dean hang on to this pressure? We're on lap 14. He's got 6 laps to go. Can Dean take this pressure? We know he struggles under pressure. He's got the biggest one yet to come his way of Emplava hunting him down in the last few laps.
Yes, indeed. We're into the latter part of this race as well. 6 to go. So, less than 6 to go now. And Emplava is coming along like a steam train.
He is indeed, as also Nikki and Welshie are still relatively close as well. Even though the times say they're closer, but I can see on the track map they're not too far away from each other. Welshie is just losing time to Nikki at this precise stage, but this is Emplava trying to hunt down Dean. And the other question is, where is Laney going to come out after his pit stop? He is currently 19 seconds ahead of Matt, but Matt is slowly chipping away at his lead.
It's a quicker pit lane here than some places. We move to Long Beach next week, and that is a horrendously long pit lane, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, definitely.
And a strange in and a strange out.
Make sure you tune in next week, guys, because we are heading to a Long Beach, and last time, the funny enough, an interesting fact, I think Jamie mentioned this in a party chat not long ago. We did Oulton Park exactly a year ago, and then straight after Oulton Park that year was Long Beach. So
excellent.
We are copying the exact same thing. We didn't even realise we did this, but it will be Long Beach next week, the only real street circuit we go to, and I can't believe I can't believe what nutcase has picked that track. Do you, Kelly?
What kind of lunatic would have picked that? Well, yeah, that was my pick, that one. I love it. I love it. Tune in next week and see me make a complete fool of myself and do really badly at my home track, or my choice chosen track. But do you like it, Dan?
Oh, I love it, Long Beach. Most people who know me.
Yeah.
Oh, Dean's gone wide!
Dean's gone deep. He was right up behind Phil there to lap him. He's gone deep, so that's Emplava says, thank you very much, I'll take that. And
there's that pressure we were talking about. Dean cracked, and Emplava is back on the podium. So the question is now, can Matt get past Laney? The other question is, can Welshie hold off Nicky? As Nicky, I think, has actually lost a bit of time to Welshie. He has. So Nicky made a mistake somewhere. Guys, get your votes in for driver of the day as well. We're coming to just to the end of this session, and Smokey comes in on lap 7 after another pit stop again. Laney, he can't leave it too much longer. He has to pit at least on the penultimate lap. He is going as long as he possibly can as Smokey now exits the pit.
on his way out, yeah.
I have a few drivers in mind for driver of the day.
I'm struggling, to be honest with you, Dan. There's some solid results here. But yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts.
I have a few. I have a few in mind. So nonetheless, Laney pushing as hard as he can, and been a naughty boy recently. PM Motorsport Ainley hasn't pitted. We're still waiting on Laney to pit, and I think he's going as long as he possibly can. Dean's sticking to Emplava a little bit, so if Emplava makes another mistake, Dean's in an opportunity to get past. But Laney's been a naughty boy with track limits, especially at Texas, so that was the reason
He's a very naughty boy.
He's a very naughty boy, currently on 6 penalty points. So Laney has to behave at the minute, and he's doing so here, as Matt has actually managed to gain a lot of time on Laney. Has Laney made a mistake somewhere? 14 seconds is now the gap between Matt and Laney.
Yeah, he's going to have a hell of a pit stop.
He is. He's going to have one of those shake and bake pit stops. He carries on. So what is the time here? He lost 7 seconds that lap. A 41. So he's had a spin somewhere. He must have done. As I believe Kelly's
Sorry, excuse me. I just sneezed then. I had to mute my mic. Sorry about that. I do apologise. Got a bit of a sneezy. I'll be back.
As we can also see that Welshie has just lost time to Nicky again. And Nicky, I think, has had a spin. I'm looking on the track, Matt. I don't think Nicky has had the best of moments. And I think Kelly's having a massive sneezing fit right now. Hopefully he'll be back momentarily. But Laney still leads this race. He's still yet to pit. He has to pit on lap 19. The game will tell him to do so. But Laney really trying to extend that gap to Matt at this stage. But with a spin and a mistake, Matt is looking like in the driver's seat for another race win.
Absolutely, and I say Laney with an atrocious lap there. I do apologise. Had a bit of a sneeze then, and then pulled the lead out of my controller again. Yeah, that didn't go so well, but never mind. Laney's going to have to, where are we? Lap 17. He's going to have to do it in the next couple.
He will, but Kelly, we want to look at Nicky and Welshie. I think that they are very close once again.
Okay, yeah.
Where are they on track? No, they're not. There's another duo who are close together. I'm not sure who.
Well, let's have a look. Laney's there. Matt's 14 seconds behind, and Plava's another 20 behind. Dean is staying in close company with Emplava. Welshie is quite some
from Nicky.
Yeah, close. Nicky's close. Smokey's then a little bit back from that. DJ Phil, much further back, and
Smithy and Bryn were the ones that were close. So that's the ones I was seeing on the times.
Yeah,
but,
probably.
Ukbar, I got to take my hat off to this man. Even though he's had the bad luck here again at Oulton Park, he's stuck with it. He's kept going, and he is going to make it to the end and score points once again. So top job from Ukbar. And currently, Laney at the minute is still out on track. Lap 18. Next lap is lap 19. He will have to pit on that lap, or will he decide to come in a bit earlier? Matt has brought the gap to 15 seconds. Laney a little bit quicker that lap. So it's going to be interesting. I think Matt should get the jump.
Yes, I do too. I think it's looking more in Matt's favour now than it is Laney's, unless Laney can have a super duper pit stop. But that whole glitch thing I was talking about usually works better towards the middle of the stint. because you need a little bit of damage to a little bit of wear and tear to make it work really well. But hey, Laney could be setting his strategy up for this. We'll see.
We will see, guys.
Is he going to pit this lap?
He is in,
and he does. Oh, he's fast into the pit.
He's got a penalty.
Oh no, mate.
Oh no, Laney with a pit stop penalty as well. And where is this? Has he just been in? Oh, there's his pit stop as well. So that's guaranteed Matt the race win. Now the question is, where is Prava in all this? Prava just in the background as well, as Jamie Brazy finally joins the chat here, evening all, as Matt is on his way. It's the
better late than never, Jamie.
He's on for the double buses, double decker, whatever. I can't remember what they say. The London buses. That's the one.
London buses plus London buses plus London buses. I think you'll find.
Actually, Kelly, look at Laney's penalties. Let's see what his penalty is.
Sure.
50 seconds.
What did he do? Run somebody over?
I think he didn't get it slowed down in time, and then just accelerated.
So where does that put him?
That puts him. I think it puts him fourth.
Fifth? Yeah, fifth. I think. No, he'd go behind Dean, wouldn't he?
He should, he should stay ahead, Nicky. He should stay ahead of Nicky.
Wow. Oh dear. Oh dear, poor old lady. He had a race ban for race 1 because he was a very naughty boy, and now he has a 50-second penalty. As I said, he must have killed somebody in the pit lane.
I don't know what he has done, but that has handed Matt the race lead. Prava was second, and I think Dean was third as well. So
yeah, that'll put Dean on the podium for the second week in a row.
Oh, Welshie's had a spin.
I was just about to say that Welshie, all he's got to do is make up about 13 seconds in 2 laps, which might be a lot, and he would jump Laney as well. But yeah, that's not going to be the case now. So yes, it's looking like Dean could be on the podium. He will be on the podium. He's got loads of time in front of Nicky. Even if he had a spin, he would still be in front of Nicky. So, yeah, Laney had such a good race and then just threw it all away towards the end. Gutted for him, really am.
Well, Matt, our lead admin, is on the way to take double wins here at Oulton Park. He gets closer to Fury's record, and I think Matt is the only one to have a solid round at his choice of circuit. I had a dreadful round at Bruno.
Should have taken double points.
He took double points at Hockenheim, knowing that Ben Parkey and a few others weren't going to be there. But here at Oulton Park, hindsight's a beautiful thing. You know that, Kelly.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah.
But Matt is on his way.
Matt, steady on.
Oh, he's just teasing us there.
Trying to smash off the front cutting blade there, I think he was.
It's probably made of wood.
Probably. Most touring, well, I don't know about GT cars, but British touring cars, the front splitters are made of wood. Very bizarre. They're all made of wood. You've seen them.
Yeah, I have seen them. And Matt
they're all wood.
I think Matt could do with these good points as we are heading to Long Beach next week. And I know he's not looking forward to it. But Matt Ahimovic, once again, 4 wins in a row this season. Dominated Texas, and he's going to dominate Oulton Park. Congratulations to Matt for a 4th win here at Oulton Park. Congratulations to him. Laney on circuit.
What could have been?
Could have been a race win, but he's going to come home in second.
Yeah.
But we have to wait for the times there as Laney crosses the line. On track, finishes second. He'll be frustrated with that. Prava will return home for second.
Second place, more good points.
Where is Dean? Dean is going to come home for 3rd place. Dean back on the podium again. Good points for him after a good run in Texas. The question is now, where is Nicky? Nicky's the far end of the circuit. He should stay in 5th place, but nonetheless, Laney exits the session, so that will actually put Nicky up a place. He should have waited so I could have seen, but he was obviously not too happy about that. But Nicky there just onto the back of Bryn. Bryn gets well out the way and allows Nicky through, but nonetheless, great points for Matt, great points for Prava, and especially for Dean as well. A couple of votes in. PM Motorsport saying Matt, driver of the day. I'm pretty sure Matt will be doing me a massive favour right now in doing the tables.
So let's talk driver of the day, shall we, Dan?
I want to give.
Do you want to talk to it after the?
We'll talk about it after. Well, actually,
Okay.
no, Kelly. I'll ask you as we wait for the drivers to finish. Who's your driver of the day?
I don't know, Dan. I mean, Matt has been faultless, back to the front. Absolutely faultless all the way through. And Plava, again, has been super consistent, good points. Dean on the podium, good shout in the first one, good qualifying. Welshie, a podium and a 5th place. I'm struggling for a driver of the day. I think it's going to have to be Matt, really, on this one.
Well, I understand why everyone would pick Matt. Another dominated win again, but a little bit too easy in my case. So personally, I'm going to go the way of Welshie. He's had a solid round, but I want to give a massive honourable mention to Smithy for race 1. He should have been on that podium, but it was taken away from him. So my other honourable mention will be Smithy, but for me it has to be Welshie. He's had a solid job here, great win for him, and we're just getting bored of Matt winning all the time. As we'll just
what do I have to do to get your flipping vote?
Well, it's really difficult for me to get yours, so
All right, you two, don't start again, and it's like Knockhill all over again.
It's like GT. Well, we'll leave that one.
Yeah.
Do you want to start the interviews a minute, Kelly, while I get Dean Masoki into the chat? I'm just sorting that out now.
Also,
I had a good start, but some guys in front started spinning and collected me, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, like you said, it was a good recovery drive from basically the last place to the 2nd place. It's really nice.
Absolutely. Did you enjoy that sort of stuff coming through the pack? I would always find it quite satisfying. Is it something that you kind of enjoyed?
Yeah, it's really enjoyable passing other cars, but at the same time it's very frustrating because you can fight the guys at the front, but so yeah.
Absolutely. We move to Long Beach next week. What's your feelings on Long Beach?
I don't like it.
Yeah, there's a few people like that, unfortunately. For what reason? Not a lot of practice there, or a little bit too much of a street circuit? What don't you like about it?
I think it's the American asphalt that I don't like, and it's really hot out there, and I think I'm not that great in high temperatures.
That was for any viewers out there. That was American asphalt. Be it tarmac, not anything else you would think of American people, because we love the Americans, of course. Mate, you've had a good evening this evening. Still no maiden win for you, but I'm sure it's coming. But still some very good points and some great racing. So congratulations tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
We will jump back to our 3rd place man, Dean Wasoki. Dean, back on the podium again. This is getting quite regular, isn't it?
I won't expect it, to be fair.
But a good night tonight. You looked reasonably quick all the way through qualifying. Race 1 got away from you a bit. Well, you kind of was shot into space in race 1, but a good podium in race 2. You got to be pleased with that, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I'm 100% pleased with that. Just kept pushing and pushing and pushing.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that Laney got penalty points.
Yeah, he got a huge penalty points. He got about 50 seconds, so I think he must have run somebody over and killed him in the pit lane or something. I don't know, to get that much that kind of penalty. But again, moving on next week, Dean, are we going to see you on the podium at Long Beach? Is Long Beach a friend of yours?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I like Long Beach.
Good, absolutely, and I do too, funnily enough. So congratulations tonight. You were close to my driver of the day vote. I think you've had a great round, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
And let's move up to the top spot. It's getting very common here. We're going to start calling him Lewis. London Bus, London Bus, London Bus, London Bus, London Bus. 4 in a row, Matt. Is that right?
Four in a row, and is the I'd say the great Kieran Argent, but we'll just go with Kieran Argent. Once said, London buses. Yeah, the London bus of London buses. You can call that one.
Absolutely. Can you talk us through your first lap? Because you went from the back
Chaos.
up to about 5th or 5th or 6th. Can you talk us through it a little bit? What happened in the first lap?
Got past Smithy off the start line. He got a bit away a bit poorly. Me and Anne seemed to get away quite equally. We both then got up the inside of Welshie, went a bit wide at turn 1. Phil went wide at Cascades. Me and Emplava got past that. It was 2 cars. I think it was Bryn and Nicky had a spin coming at the little left-hand kink, which caught N out. I luckily managed to get through the middle of that. And then before you know it, like you say, I was sat 4th or 5th. Ukbar had a wiggle, got past him. Smokey Devil had a spin, Dean had a spin, got past him. Smokey Devil had a spin, got past him. And then jumped Laney in the pits. So, didn't really pass anybody for position without them.
Yeah, no real solid overtakes, more kind of picking up people's mistakes and staying consistent. And I was saying, in it, you were consistent over. Laney was having some good laps, and then having a couple of scruffy ones, which gave you seconds back. And of course, ultimately, your pit stop was absolutely epic. What was that time-wise? Stationary.
1 second, just under a second, not even that. Yeah. The boys at Honda, Acura, what guys?
Absolutely. Well, yeah. If you think, I think it might be the way you set up your pit stops. We were talking about that in the stream. It's the way you set the pit stops up that make it as sharp as it was, and it was an absolute beauty. So we move on to Long Beach. I know you're not going to have anything nice to say about it.
No. It was a bit of a questionable pick, and I'll use that word questionable. I'll put it in bold and italic and underline it. Questionable is the word of the pick for Long Beach. But look, it's on the calendar. We've got to drive it, so we'll see what happens and make the best of it. Obviously, I'd love to take 2 more race wins here, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. And it takes a whole load of tracks to make a season, doesn't it? And we all get the choice of our picks. I will be swearing at you tomorrow night for picking this track, as you will be swearing at me at Long Beach, no doubt.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But you can't cook an omelette without breaking a few eggs, as they say. So
absolutely, and it's got to ebb and flow, isn't it?
I don't know if Long Beach is the right ebbing and flowing kind of
circuit.
circuit.
I meant the season, but there you go.
The season?
The season's got to ebb and flow, so we've got to have some rough and smooth. So, well done, Matt. Stellar thing. Driver of the day, I don't know where we've got driver of the day. PM Motorsport, Matt for driver of the day. Smithy, driver of the day. Jamie Brazier saying London buses. Dan, are you back with us? Or have you nodded off?
I was here the whole time, just didn't
get
word in edgeways there, but
okay.
I believe Matt did take driver of the day, so congratulations to Matt on that. The championship standings look like this. Matovic still leads the way with 309 points to his name. Emprava has now jumped Ben Parkey and is now in 2nd place with 61 points behind Matt. Ben Parkey in 3rd with 242, is 67 behind. Laney is now in 4th place with 171 points and 138 off the lead. Smokey Devil in 5th with 158 points. Welshie in 6th with 142. Smithy in 7th with 128 points. And Dean Wistocki has jumped Ukbar with 114 points. And Ukbar has dropped down to 9th with 113. Bryn is in 10th place position with 85 points to his name. 11th is Stealth Sloth, 84. 12th place goes the way of DJ Phil with 68 points, Nicky with 13 points, and the team 13th place, sorry, and the teams looks like this. Sweet and Sour Motorsport has extended their gap once again, but this time to Audi Sport, who are in 2nd place. 3rd place goes Rainbow Pro Labs, and 4th place is Team Pro Labs. 5th place is MC Motorsport, and 6th place is Not Fast, Just Furious BMW. 7th is Smoky Racing. 8th is Metal and Racing, and Powerline in 9th place position. That is all we got here at the Pro-Am GT3 Championship. Oulton Park is done and out of the way, possibly for another year again. But Kelly, it's been a great night's worth of racing. Some interesting points, and Matt still leads this championship. Can anyone stop him?
Well, we will see as we move to Long Beach. Pros tomorrow night. Us pro guys have got to go around this god-awful, hateful, outdated, horrible track tomorrow night, and I'm not looking forward to it, to be fair. But can Oulton take another couple of wins? Can he do some more London buses and drag his way back from the deficit that Andy has got? Or can Andy have a great night and take a couple of wins himself? All these questions will be answered. Dan, it's been an absolute pleasure, as usual.
It has been, and also make sure you tune in on Sunday night as the F1s will return back to track as they go to Montreal, Canada. Can Matt extend his championship lead in that championship as well? Or can Green Pies take it to him? Make sure you tune in 8 o'clock tomorrow night for the pros and 7 o'clock on Sunday night for the F1s. But for myself and Kelly and all the pro-ams, it's good night.
Thank you. Good night.